All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound all right, hit that number 1, please. If I sound okay audio-wise. HR, Kyle, Krager, a.k.a. Lead Thrower, Jim, Change, Brian, Brett, Hoover, Trucking. All right, perfect. All right, well, very quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, if you want to continue to have something to watch in the archive, then got to help support the stream. And the best way to do that, as it's totally viewer supported, is code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think they're the best out there. But I do understand that maybe you're a veteran and you like other people, or you're trading multiple prop firms. But either way, if you want to help support the stream, code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms will give you whatever the prop firm's current best deal is. So I appreciate you your consideration in that. All right, well, let's officially get things started here. But all right, good morning. It is Monday, March 9th. The year is 2026, and we've got ourselves a wild morning, summarized by multiple. Well, I don't know about okay, maybe not multiple, but we have some big swings out there, and yeah, it's been a day where if you're like, it's kind of been boring, I would respectfully disagree with anybody saying that it has been boring, but it has been moving around quite a bit. So remind me at 11 a.m. I know a lot of people are going to ask, Clay, whoa, let me. I'll show it. It's pretty anticlimactic, but it does also illustrate just what I would say is the power of being part of the private community too. But yeah, somebody remind me at 11 a.m. Eastern to just quickly go over my day that way. Because technically speaking, you're early, and I can understand the people that would complain, like, well, what do you mean? I was on time, yet you already talked about it. And that's a fair point. So we'll talk at 11 a.m. when I actually had this thing scheduled for. But yes, so friendly reminder, first off, hit that like button. We're gonna keep going for that 400. It's a struggle, but we're gonna keep at it. So if you've been here before and you know you're gonna enjoy, remember, hit that like button. If you're brand new, never been here, welcome, fantastic to have you. No need to hit the like button. I understand you have no idea if you're gonna enjoy it, but yeah, if you have been here before, hit that like button. First reminder of that. Let's at least get up to that 100 like mark by the 1 hour point. So how are all your days going? Green, red, terrible, great, blue an account, pass an account, qualified for a payout, best day ever, worst day ever. Starting to look into Take Profit Trader. Have you ever lost an account? You like blown up an account? What do you mean by lost an account? Yeah, if you just mean like breaking rules, yeah, of course, yeah, that's just part of prop firm trading. Everybody loses accounts. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, there's two types of prop firm traders. Those that lose accounts and then liars. Those are the two categories of prop firm traders. Hey, good morning, Mark. Hoover passed one. Up 2,200 between last night and this morning. Nice job, Led. I'm a flawless oil baron. So has oil been pretty crazy? I have not even, until now. I did take a look at it last night, but I think this, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. So for those of you that have traded silver, so when silver is going crazy, and then oil right now, was silver still crazy, or is oil more crazy, or like what's that comparison? Again, I can't say. I've only ever made one trade on oil, and that was, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. But yeah, is it pretty similar to silver, or is silver still just a leg up above? So silver, yeah, right now, I don't know, 99.50 for a potential short. But I'm not going to take it. I'm just saying, looking at the chart. No trade until I can afford a new computer laptop. Both mine are dead. Ooh, yeah. Those are kind of important for trading. Okay, apparently not. Either people just don't want to talk with me, or a lot of people have not traded oil to really make that distinction. Or I should say have traded oil and silver. So, all right. Well, let's see what we can cook up here. If this wants to pull back to 500, I'd be interested in a potential long around here. But getting long up right now, that seems like a chase. Short, yeah, still kind of seems. I don't see anything that would make me want to get short. Now, if it can somehow work its way up to this area, I'd be interested in a potential short. But right now, kind of in no man's land from both sides of the equation for me, which is hence me just going to kind of sit on my hands for now. I tried trading oil and got spanked. Have you ever done silver? Filling the gap. What's filling the gap? See, that's the other thing. When I start looking across things, now I don't even know what people are saying. Like closing the gap. What is? We've looked at MNQ and oil so far. Never silver. Okay. So there, yeah. Not only from the trading standpoint is it gets more challenging if you start watching multiple different types of contracts, but not even from the live streaming standpoint, because now I don't even know what people are talking about. Closing the gap. That doesn't mean anything now. If all we ever watch was NQ, then obviously I know you meant NQ, but I'm just making my life. No, okay. What I'm asking is silver. I don't know, like a month ago was super crazy. Like it was insanity to trade. Right now, oil, what I'm asking is for those of you that traded silver and have now traded oil, is oil as crazy, less crazy, or crazier? That's what I'm asking. I'm not trying to have discussion about, I'm just asking from a volatility standpoint of people that have experienced trading both. KG, what is up with the FBI interrogation here? You tell me how that's relevant to your search for a prop firm, and then I'll let you know. Like, good grief. Are you going to ask me for my social security number next? Yes, I have Take Private Trader. Yes, I've lost accounts like anybody else. Well, okay, let me tell you, that is completely irrelevant to you. Who cares? Like, that's irrelevant. Now, maybe it's relevant. Well, I plan on blindly following you, so I need to know if you're a good trader. So maybe a way I can figure out if you're a good trader is what kind of account, blah, blah, like, but no, that's not the point of this. I'm not here for you to blindly follow me to copy trade me. If you are looking for a prop firm and you have questions about prop firms, and yeah, that's the whole idea of the live stream. I want to make people aware of Pam's plant, which is the day trading argument to day trade futures through a prop firm. Hey, what's up, Sub-Zero? Hey, Clay, if you go over the 50% rule in the test account, will they fake? No. They'll adjust your profit target up, but that's where you just go and lose money real quick. Just do some flip trades to lose money, let the commissions eat away at them. Okay, it's less crazy. Okay, all right. But is it still pretty crazy? Is it crazier than gold right now, would you say? Again, for me, it's kind of in no man's land. Still seems too high for a long. Especially, now if the 21 EMA, the green line here can catch up, I'll get a little bit more open-minded towards it. But right now, I am in sit-on-hands mode because I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little closer to a short, but I'm not going to commit to that either. Well, hey, thank you for the good wishes from India. Blew one of my pros today. This price action, I don't think. The crazy part here is this right here can look very beautiful. Nice move up. All right, yeah, pulled back, but check it out. It actually bounced pretty nicely right off the 50 period, right off the 21. Respect the 200 period. So, I mean, maybe you had to be a little disciplined, patient, but eventually curled back up. Well, yeah, that's true, but this pullback was up here at 450, and it went all the way down here. This was like a 70-point pullback. So, yes, I understand the chart kind of looks like, all right, yeah, you could have weathered the storm, and you might have, depending on position size. But if you got your position size wrong, that's a 70-point pullback. You're cooked. So that's why position size is always important, but it's that much more important on days like this because, what would be a quote-unquote kind of normal pullback, one that doesn't, respects the moving averages, which this one did. Yeah, that's fine, but it was still, like I said, in this situation, 70 points. there is very little grace. There's very little wiggle room for position sizing mistakes in markets like this. That's what I'm trying to ultimately get at. Some markets, I went probably a little too heavy in that one, but okay, well, given it's not that volatile, I was able to kind of get out with it, even though I made the mistake of too big a position size. In this market, there is none of that. You do not get away with the excuses of I went probably too big a position size. No, your account is going to be done because, like I said, even normal pullbacks, healthy being defined as, just kind of maintaining support levels and all that sort of stuff, could still be 40, 50, 60 points. It does not take much. It does not take much. I've made very few trades today, but like I said, I'll get into that here at 11 a.m. Eastern. Quickly go over my day, but like I said, my day is actually very, very, very anticlimactic. Like my day perfectly makes sense where I'm at, where I am right now. Some days, as I know you've heard me say, I'm green, but I'm not sure how I'm green on a day like today, but I am green. Today is not one of those days. It makes perfect sense. It's very anticlimactic, but like I said, I'll talk about that more here in a bit. On the 25K, I really stick to only 1, 2 MQs and take my time. Yeah. Well, that's it. Even on days like today, though, 1 or 2 MNQs can add up very, very quickly for you or against you. Killed 2 pro accounts today. Ooh, yeah. Okay. And then, yes, Raspberry. I've been there too. But on a day like today, there's very, very little. And I don't mean to laugh at you. I'm just laughing at that. Man, I feel your pain. But yeah, if you mean to be on like the micros, but you're on the minis, uh-oh. Okay, well, what I'm real. Okay, we got gold at an interesting spot here, though. Let's bring over gold here. Gold pullback sitting right at the VWAP, right at the 21 EMA. So, in fact, on that note, maybe I'll hop over to gold. Let's just do MGC, though. Yeah, let's try. No, buy. Put a stop. Yes, I'm talking to myself. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Okay, I'm long gold. Mainly based on the 5-minute, where, like I said, we're around kind of that big congestion point. I guess it was not quick enough. Decided for maybe a scalpy scalp there, but I guess I didn't click the button fast enough. There we go. I don't know how much I made on that. Does anybody remember that number beforehand? I don't know, did I make like $100 on that? Yeah, sorry. But anyways, nice little opening trade there on gold. Okay, are we finally see this is where I start to not like things. I feel like I'm back in stocks now, and that's what I didn't that's one of the things that I've really grown to appreciate about futures. If you're just watching the one thing and the same thing, then you just stare at the same chart. But now when you start to watch multiple things, now I'm starting to hop back and forth. All right. Yeah, I really like 2,500 now. Look at this. 21 EMA is caught up to that yellow line, which I've been watching. Pull back here, but still didn't get close enough. It was at 286. Hey, Travis, good to see you back. No, all right. I actually did. All right, so even that, maybe even, yeah, probably shouldn't have done 5. 5 might have been a little too aggressive. Why the spread so wide on MNQ? Is the spread wide? That doesn't look wide to me. It's moving very quick, but I can't say that looks wide. To be fair to you, we may have different definitions of what wide is. But yeah, for my definition, I don't see anything that I would consider wide. So, yeah, I'm not concerned about it. But yeah, if per your definition of wide, that is wide. I'm not. Yeah, it just is a function of the market today. Unless you thought, I don't know, is the spread wider on, no? I would say, again, per my definition of wide, even on gold here, that's nothing crazy. Oh, you're looking at the DOM over here? Yeah, I don't really use this for much. I know some people do use it, so I just have it up there kind of for their reference sake. But yeah, I can't say that I'm paying attention to it over there. I just, you know, look at these if I'm concerned about, or not necessarily concerned, but just curious about it. All right, we'll see if we can get the pullback here. But once again, this is the downside. If you're looking at multiple contracts, you risk missing out on something because you're checking out the other thing. Ooh. Well, I guess in hindsight, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just held that gold a little while longer, but I don't know. You know my policy around here, a lot of you. For that first trade, I often just will scalp just to try to get a victory under my belt. And if it wants a pullback here, I will be interested. In theory, kind of, sort of, I think. Yeah, gold 5-minute looking good still. All right, it is 11 a.m. All right, so we'll call it the 16-minute mark. 16-minute mark I'll refer people to. Okay, so my day real quick. And like I said, this will be very anticlimactic. Like I said, my day makes perfect sense, and it's quite anticlimactic. But to build the context here real quick, I do offer a private community. So this is, in fact, I mean, all of these worked out beautifully. So, I mean, members and myself had multiple choices. But here, talked about gold, that trend line I'll be watching. And if you were to pull up gold and see what happened in regards to that trend line, nice break up through. Then I was talking about a 350 bounce point here on MNQ. But then also, as things got closer to that 9:30 a.m. mark, noticed that this trend line here on NQ was looking good, and I was bullish biased. How can you tell that I was bullish biased? Because, was calling it a breakout trend line. If I was bearish biased, I would probably been calling that a resistance trend line. But in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I think it could break out through that trend line right there. So that is where, right here. So on the open right here, 9:30 came up, broke through there. I was actually a little slow on the breakout, but given this move started down here, I was thinking, okay, that's some good momentum. It didn't struggle at all with the trend line. So I hopped in here and, I went relatively aggressive with it. And I don't know, pulled off 10, 15 points, somewhere right around there, I think. And, it adds up quick on the NQ. So that is that one. And then, a modest MNQ trade. And then MGC did a couple last night. And then you guys just saw me do one, 5 minutes ago. So that was pretty much my day. Like I said, it made sense where I am there. Just looked at the trend line, got the trend line break. And then the other cool thing was that 350 mark that I'd mapped out. I didn't take this trade. But there's that 350 mark that I'd mapped out earlier. And you can see that, yeah, the price did come down there. And a beautiful banger of a bounce right there. It came back down. But, on a day like today, I'm sorry, but 350 up to, a 70-point bounce. If you're saying, oh, man, look at this fake bounce. I can't believe it tricked me. I don't find any, you will not get sympathy from me because I'll just be like, yeah, but it bounced 70 points before it rolled back over. Like, what do you mean you can't at least finagle a little bit of profit out of a 70-point bounce? So that is where that one came from. And, yeah, like I said. So overall, anticlimactic day, but I'm not complaining. But some days don't necessarily always make the most sense. I have no idea how I'm green today, but I'm happy to be green. But today, makes sense. So there we go. Man, why is the chat even working right now? It is so quiet. Nobody is talking. Hello? I guess it's working. A friend from India is talking, but nobody else is talking. All right, well. All right, I guess it's talking. All right. Maybe everybody must just be focused on their trading still. All right. All right, it is working. It is working. Just a quiet group. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, Ryan. Focus on, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Did the time zone change? You get anybody? Or not the time zone, just the time change? It's 60. Yeah, it is. Yeah, in Iowa, it's supposed to get, I can't remember, like up in the 60s on tomorrow. 80. 80 degrees in Iowa. And then I think it drops and maybe snows this weekend or something crazy. I don't know. I can't remember. A lot of, yeah, licking the wound. Yeah, that's one of those things. This is 100. I mean, it's been like this for almost 2 weeks straight. Where if you cooked in a count or two today, I can see that. Just talked about earlier how days like today, very, very little wiggle room if you get your position sizing wrong. I mean, you could have the overall plan right. Okay, it wants to come up, it wants to pull back, and then continue on up. And you could be right that it does go up, it pulls back, and continues back up. But the problem is if that pullback is 40, 50 points before it curls back up, well, and if your position sizing is wrong, well, you are cooked. No, I do not stream, as I just showed. For those of you that think, some of you, I don't know why you put that requirement. Like, okay, I only want streaming. Here again, here's how that alert worked that I took. I would like to think that everybody can look at a picture and just like understand. Do you really need streaming? Like the amount of money people will pay. Like, oh well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pay $300 a month because they stream. Like, it's like. Or you could just save a whole lot of money and just look at pictures. I mean, I would like to think that those pictures I throw up are easy to follow. But no, I do not live stream in the private community. I do that, which is what I demonstrated. People rip themselves off by not giving themselves enough credit. They're like, okay, this chat just posts pictures. This chat is live streaming. This chat costs 3 or 4 times more. But because I guess I don't think I can look at a picture, I'm just going to pay 3 or 4 times more. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm not, by the way, Sunny D, I'm not saying you're doing this, but I've seen that quite a bit. It's amazing how, people just, anyways, I won't go off on that topic. It's crazy how much people, let me put it this. It is very costly to not be confident in yourself. Now, of course, there's always spectrums. If you're too confident, it can also be costly, but like, well, I don't think I can read a picture. Therefore, I'm just going to pay 4 times more for a community because there's video. It's like, okay. I'll just send you a link to it. So yeah, here is the private community if anybody is interested. All right, I'm thinking of a potential short here now. Fake breakout. It's consolidated enough where, in fact, we kind of have like a miniature rising wedge here. Not kind of. I would definitely call that a rising wedge. In fact, so much that I might throw in the official pattern here. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a pretty juicy upward trend line. All right, yeah. Looking here for a potential short. Maybe try it off of the upward trend line here. Let's see how it wants to behave. Rising wedges are bearish. Does not mean the price will go down. There's no guarantees. Daily loss. Yeah. It was. Today was. I can understand how people might have had a rough day today. Like I said, thankfully for me, I found that trend line. I trusted it. I got aggressive. It worked. And then from there, I could kind of go into cruise control. Thanks, Neil. I was hoping it'd get up to the top of this trend line. I guess I could still potentially take it on the break here, but ooh, that might still look okay. I'd much prefer, or if it, okay, this is what I'll do. If it heads up here and then comes back down, I'll take this. I don't know. There we go. Good. Yeah. Bounce off that trend line one more time. Hey, good morning, Gary. Nice, Mark. Blew the, at least, well, yeah, I mean, everybody blows pro accounts too. It's not like you're going to get a pro account and then never lose the thing. So as long as you're starting to get some payouts from it, again, it only takes a couple payouts to pay for a whole lot of blown accounts. So yeah, sounds like, Mark, you're on the right trajectory for sure. Vishnu, why do I get the impression you're looking to just blindly follow me? Why am I getting that impression in my mind right now? What I want to, yeah, slow and steady, Mark. Slow and steady, brother. Yep, I hear you. I don't know. Did I just miss out on this one? Okay, I'm going to try a short at the red line here. Looking to try to get some follow through of this rising wedge, which the price has pushed down through. We'll see if it wants to give some more push down through or not. So we'll get short at the red line. So step one is the price first needs to come down. They're looking to play continuation here of this rising wedge breakdown. But like I said, only willing to get short if it comes back down to that red line. 5 minutes looking good. Like that candle right here, you could argue kind of a fake breakout of those highs. And we'll look to get short at the red line if it comes back down. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, Mark. Right. Reducing risk by spreading it out. Yep, I hear you. I know what you meant by that. But appreciate the clarification anyways. Okay, maybe going to get filled here. If that red line turns blue, I am in. Come on. Hit that like button if you are enjoying. Let's get this up to that 100 likes. Get that monkey off our back. So there are very practical ramifications for hitting that like button. So if you are enjoying in any way, shape, or form, hitting the like button does do stuff. All right, there we go. I am in. All right, come on, rising wedge. Again, I am short. Oh, wow. Yeah, again. Yeah, kind of. Do I add here? I got plenty of wiggle room on the day. Okay, I'm going to add at the red line. Short. Trying to trust this rising wedge. See, this whole time, I kind of like it off the top of the trend line. Then I rush in and I don't really rush in. I thought through it. I'm just, yeah. It's crazy. Look at these numbers fluctuate. I only have 5 MNQ. And I will add at the red line. Especially now. This would be a very nice looking candle. Throwing out some orders just in case there's some sort of spike down. Which, if you traded futures before, you know those exist. Not that I'm expecting it, but if they do happen, then manually trying to capture things, it just, you can never quite get it. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean by position size. This is, 5 MNQ. Yeah, it's gone against me, but to think that amount? Man, 5 minute was looking great. Not looking as great as it was, but if it comes down, Usually the rising wedge is very good to me, but right now it is making me work for it. But and still below the top trend line here. Just hit the prior day's low. Gotcha. It's always hitting at least something. Come on. Again, I'm still looking to add at the red line, which I would like quite a bit. If I can get filled here, that means that that would mean that this whole green candle has been wiped away, which you got to think will create some panic for the bulls, I would hope. But I'm certainly getting aggressive with it. But those of you that have been here before, you know I like me a rising wedge. And looking like we might get the reminder that there are no perfect patterns. Giving it a little bit more wiggle room just in case it was a fake break of that high. But I can't give it too much more wiggle room. This is my last hurrah, as it is at the top of the trend line. It is barely coming down at all. All right, there's my stop. I got to put my line in the sand somewhere, and that's where it's going to be. So we'll see what happens with it. Preferably it doesn't come down here, fill me, and then come back up and take me out. But so if it's going to take me out, please just take me out now with only 5 M&Q. Don't let me add 5 more and then take me out. This is going to, okay, you're gone. Why he shows up and does that when he knows the policy on just talking like a baboon, I don't know. Complete just, some people are, they just, I don't know. They don't quite, their social awareness dots don't quite connect in their brain. I'm up 25 again. Okay, well, I'm going to delete that out just because I don't like that firm, Jobo. So, congrats, but I don't like that firm. So, if you don't mind. Well, it's not hindsight. He's just saying where the price will go. And we all know, nobody knows where the price will go. And I am about to get stopped out. But that person, we've butted heads a couple times already just because, I don't know. Some people, they're just social cues. It's just not people's strong suits. I mean, 5 minute looks great. Look at this candle that is forming on the 5 minute. That is beautiful. But will it roll over enough is the question. But right now, as it stands right now, I mean, I cannot ask for a better looking candle on the 5 minute than what I'm looking at right now from the short side. Doesn't mean it'll work out, but that looks good. So I'm kind of at the mercy of the 5 minute. Doesn't want to deliver, and I'm trusting it, and I'm trying to add right there. I'm getting close to adding. Please don't add and then bounce back up, but Okay, I did add there. Keep coming down. Oh, that was a little delayed. Come on. Keep coming down. Come on, 5 minute. Do your thing. Do your thing. So now, same stop, but with 10. So yeah, if I get stopped out here, it'll be not pleasant. Not the most encouraging candle there. But again, the 5 minute's still looking good. So I'm trying to trust the 5 minute. Today price has been jittery? No, it hasn't been. What? Yeah, we'll see if it flushes or not. I don't know. But man, this trade has been taking some required patience. Patience required on this one. Again, this is the 5 minute. This is why I'm trying to trust it. I like this indecision candle. Can it just get a little bit more of a, not that I even need a full-blown reversal, but just a modest pullback on the 5 minute will treat me just fine here on the 2 minute. But now it's just wait and see. Oil is pulling back. Yeah, oil's been bonkers today. And now it's just like stuck here. Again, I am short. The rising wedge may have led me astray, but that's all right, rising wedge. You never told me you worked 100% of the time, so. I'm questioning if I should add some more here, but I don't know if I trust it that much. If it were to come down there, do I add in another 5? Like I said, I'm not sure I quite trust it that much, but I guess we'll see. Hey, good morning, Tony Gold. Not looking the greatest right now, but we'll see what happens. Man, this is for a guy like me, this trade feels like a long-term investment. I was about to say a long, yeah. Oh, all right. Am I about to get stopped out here? I'm looking like there's a chance, and I am. Oh, yep, I'm stopped out. All right, well, I was willing to take a bigger swing just because of my macro risk management. I'm still plenty green on the day, but yeah. Okay, now don't come straight down. Please don't do that. At least just keep going up, or at least putts around. But please just don't drop straight down. That's all I ask, market. All I ask is not to come straight down. Preferably speaking, just keep grinding higher. That way it feels like, okay, it'll reduce the pain a little bit. But right now, I am totally at that moment that we've all been where you're like, okay, please don't make my stop loss look really stupid. Yeah, exactly. I hope it's not time to kiss the 21 EMA now. That would not be good for my mental health. Well, there we go. Rising wet. Now, to be fair, and this is kind of hindsight analysis, but you heard some of you heard me say, all right, just wait for the top. Had I just waited for the top of the wedge, that would have been beautiful, actually. Because even, it came down off the top of the wedge right there. Now, not a huge rollover, but so yeah, some of that was self-inflicted, but even I'm not going to beat myself up too hard because a 5-minute looked fine. It looked good right here as it came down through the breakout, and yeah, it just so it depends. Did the rising wedge works? Well, it depends. Where did you play the rising wedge, and how aggressive were you? And based on the way that I played it, no, the rising wedge did not work, but the rising wedge for others worked out actually very, very nicely. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those lines, and we'll kind of go back to this. Did you reset the 50K, Brian? No. Hey, Dean. Yeah, well, the 5-minute ultimately just did not care. I cannot remember the last time. I don't know if it's me or if it's the afternoon action or what, but I cannot remember the last time where I got aggressive with a pattern I trusted and it worked. It seems like every time. But it could be a confirmation bias. That's where I'm saying. Maybe it's it just feels like a cold streak. Like this morning, I got aggressive. I trusted the thing, and as I already talked about earlier in the live stream, so I'm not going to revisit it. It worked out fantastic. But man, as far as the live stream is concerned, I don't know. Maybe I should just stop. Maybe that's what I might have to just do that for the time being. Is just stop adding. I can't trust things as much as I trust them to the point of adding because I don't know. I've been off, I guess, in my enthusiasm. My enthusiasm radar is broken, meaning I get more enthusiastic than what I probably should. Nah, confirmation bias. You had some. Did I? Okay, yeah. This all could be a confirmation bias too. But it just seems like I cannot quite get one where I add and then I let it work for me and then, but I don't know. So that I still think that might be the smart thing to do. I'm just talking out loud. So if I was sitting here not on a live stream, this is what would be in my, this is what I'd be thinking through. But I just might need to put in a rule right now. Just don't add. No more adding. I don't care how confident you are. I don't care how good you think the thing looks. Just don't add. But I'm not committing to it yet. So you can't, if I get into a position that I add, you can't be like, you lied to us, you filthy, dirty rat. Because I have not made that. I'm just thinking out loud right now. Yeah, that's the thing, though. I don't know. I don't think it is the time of day. Like, because I've been, for any of you, and I don't recognize your name, Mazir, so welcome, good to have you. But, like, for the people that have been here for, like, months, they know they've seen some very nice trades where at that same exact scenario. I take the trade, I wait, I add to it, I wait, and then it works out very, very nicely. And the live stream, I'm always doing it over the same time of day. So there have been those times of day, like the exact same times of day where, I mean, those situations work out. But so I don't think it has anything to do with the time of the day. It's just the function of the market right now. But or maybe it's just me. Maybe these setups aren't as well. Clearly, they're not as good as what I think they are because they didn't work out. But like at the time, they were looking good. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that I'm not going to change it. Well, I'm not like abandoning anything fully. I'm just trying to make a little bit of a tweak. The tweak being maybe I just shouldn't add to a position. But yeah, this action right now is kind of rough. I mean, just slow and steady. This is why I'm so much better at that first 30 minutes, hour. Because when things get moving, they just get moving, and you get your answers really quick, right? The trend line breakout trade that I took, here, at the open, man, I got my answer. This trade here lasted maybe 4 seconds. Because, man, you get your answers so quick. And for somebody like me, I like getting my answers quick. But this sort of action right now, again, from the reference point of are you going to get an answer quick? You're not. So if good for you is getting your answer quick, this under that definition would be bad price action. But I know you guys like me trading on the live stream, so I'm going to keep throwing some stuff out there. I'll be short at 680, stop loss 690, goal 50. Okay. Hey, okay. Risking 10 points for 50. All right. Yeah, exactly, Todd. Well said. Yeah, there's no mechanical system that works all the time. And an interesting question, I don't know where I saw it, but it's true, is if somebody is proclaiming they have a system that works, then a very quick way to see if they actually are being truthful, if it's actually a system, is, okay, well, what environments does your system not work? And if they're like, well, my system works in all market environments, red flag, red flag. Now, if they're like, well, mine's more designed for trending markets, or mine's more so designed for range. Okay, I'm still not saying that their system is like the holy grail, but at least they're admitting, no, my system's not perfect because, yeah, there are market environments where my system will be wrong. But at least that puts that person in the ballpark of, they're I'm not saying they're completely absolved, but at least, a very easy red flag for any sort of systematic trader, mechanical trading is, okay, well, what environments does your strategy not work in? All right, Carlos, fantastic. Okay, Carlos, remind me, you are coming from the world of options day trading. Is that right, Carlos? And thank you for using code Clay, by the way. I appreciate it. Okay, so what are your thoughts so far? Day trading futures compared to day trading options. What are your thoughts? Futures move pretty nice, don't they? Is it pretty nice to not have to worry about theta? I think I'm interested in a long down around, but see, do we have another rising wedge? I think we have another rising wedge here. I don't know. No. That's never mind. Well, yeah. There would be a little bit of an adjustment period. I mean, but you literally just. All I'm saying is I think you'll really come to appreciate how nicely they move, but most importantly, that there's no theta. Last night, a market buy order filled so high above that. Yes, I do. Yeah, thank you, Joe, for asking. I do have a code with Lucid. Yeah, same code. Code Clay, all caps. Thank you, Joe Bo. Thank you for asking about that. I appreciate it. Because that is ultimately the way that's going to keep the live stream moving. Code Clay, all caps. Pretty much any prop firm out there will give you, it'll work. Unless you're using some, one that's based out of Somalia that just started last week. I mean, no respect to Somalia, but I'm probably going to go ahead and say, no, I'm not going to get a code with you until you at least prove yourselves for a little bit of time first. Thank you, Jobo. Going to try a buy right here. Again, looking to buy the pullback here off of the 21 EMA. Yeah, but you want to get it passed within 30 days, Carlos, because at the end of 30 days, you're going to have to pay that fee again. But after you pass the test, then that fee goes away. So you don't have to rush. How did I not get filled there? Are you kidding me? All right, well, I'm going to go down here now at this point. Again, no need to rush because it's 5 days anyways, but like aim to pass within 1 month because after you pass, there are no more fees, which is really great with Take Profit Trader. Again, looking to buy the pullback here. 5 contracts. MNQ. I guess I still don't know if I'd have been filled there or not. $5 days the minimum. There is no maximum, but you'll pay phone fee. Take over a month. Hey, Slick Nick. 5 is nuts with this volatility. You courageous soldier. No, 5. You're. Oh, hey. Who said that? Thank you, Ryan. Oh, yeah, because that was at 1, right? Oh, my goodness. Did it? I'm having flashbacks to last week. Thank you, Ryan. It could be. Yeah, Richard, that sort of stuff is personal preference. I use Tradeovate, but I mean, I started on Ninja Trader. I like Tradeovate a little bit better, but that doesn't mean that Ninja Trader is not good. It's all personal preference. Okay, I'm going to try a long here. 5. Okay, now I'm at what I want. So if that green line turns blue, I am in. I'm a terrible pullback trader. So this is probably actually supposed to be a short. I do not use hotkeys. Nope. Okay, I'm in. Long. I had the chance at a scalpy scalp. Ugh. Come on. Again, just in case there's some sort of spike. Here's my stop. So the thing is either going to bounce or it's not. And if this one doesn't work, I might just switch over to scalpy scalps because I'm realizing I have green. I'm realizing the scalpy scalp has been there. we'll see if it wants to make the move or not. Hey, Eddie, good morning. First target is that initial red line. As I said earlier, if you want answers quickly, today is not your day. Are you going to stop me out here? You're going to stop me out, aren't you? I gotta be. Just be patient. Just be patient. Trading would be easy, they told me. Trading's fun, they told me. Patience? You don't need to be patient for trading. No, nobody really told me that, but again, I'm long. Green line, or I'm sorry, blue line is my entry. These are some targets. There's my stop. Trying to not go into scalpy mode here, but it is oh so tempting. I kind of want to just bail on this trade out of, but it hasn't done it. It's just, this is a nice looking setup here. I mean, another nice candle right here. I mean, like I said, I really want to just scalp this thing, but that's not the right move. Just let it play out, Clay. Yes, I'm talking to myself. Don't judge me, especially if you've traded. You know you talk to yourself. I'm long. So am I, Neil. So am I. Please just bounce or, I don't know, do something. I'm long. Change is also long. This one is about, yeah. This one's getting close to breaking my spirit here and just me just taking the scalp. Come on. Oh. Oh, and then you do. And then you get oh so close at my first target and don't. Please at least hit the first target. Nope, I'm out. If I because of the last trade, if this thing comes down and takes me out, that will not be good at all. Like I know myself well enough to like the risk reward is worth it. What is the risk? The risk is this ultimately does bounce like I think it is. And okay. And so I miss out on it. But okay, but the reward right now is just to protect my mental. I'm going to take that. Because I know that I would be way, way more frustrated if this comes down and stops me out versus if this ultimately bounces back up. So yeah, that's just had I not taken that, had that previous trade not happened, I'd have no problem sitting here letting it cook, letting it do all that sort of stuff. No problem at all. But for me and my mental, and that's the whole thing about trading is you got to get to know yourself, get to know the voices. It would not be good at all. It would be way worse for that thing to have come down and taken me out versus coming up here and, just me saying, oh, okay, I guess I should have stayed in. Yeah. If you're still in, I don't, like I said, I would still be in too if not for that previous trade. I just cannot risk it at this point. I gave the thing and you saw it. It like snapped up and then got so close to hitting my first target and then didn't hit it. So that was just compounding the, okay, now if this thing rolls over and stops me out, oh. So I am just managing my mental right now. If you just got here, maybe it doesn't make as much sense. But no crash outs today. I didn't crash out last week, you dent. See, there it goes. All right, like I said, fine. I don't care. That was the right move to make. If you stuck in it, congrats. I'm long on oil. I've heard oil is kind of crazy. So far, I don't know if I've heard. I'm sure I've heard of it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Yeah, like I said, technically speaking, I didn't have any reason to get out of it. That was just for like I said, that was me managing my mental on that one. But yeah, for those of you that are independent thinkers and not just blindly following me, good job. You stuck in, you got the move up, fantastic. Give me a one. Who stayed in long and are not now getting paid? Give me a one if you stayed long because you're an independent thinker. I got 2PT accounts today with code Clay. Hey, thank you, Pam, and good start on those 2 codes. What sizes? 50Ks, I'm guessing. Philly, Franco, Layback Larry, BMR, Kingery. Nice, Pam. Well, good. Nice start to the 50K then with 800. All right. Well, took 200 on that long. Nice. I just started trading today for the first time and used code. Hey, like for the first time ever, Stovall? Or have you first time trading futures, you mean? I will be, maybe. I'm not willing to commit to that yet. I was saying I may be interested in another long down here, but that would have the 5-minute looking pretty sketchy. So I'm gonna pull away from that statement for the time being. Sold 6 at 932. Sold 6 short, or I'm sorry, I didn't. You got short there, Brian, or is that profit taking? Okay, Carlos, don't stay away from oil right now. You are fresh to the world of futures. Oil is not what you need in your life, unless you want to use code Clay very quickly again. Then sure, go trade oil. But like if you'd prefer not to use code Clay because you have to reset it on account, I'd say probably stay away from oil, especially for you, given you last night is literally your first time trading futures. Typo, sold 6 for entry into. Oh, okay, short at 632. All right. No, don't listen to William. I am interested in potentially shorts. This orange line here is the previous session close, and the pink line up here is the overnight high. So some potential areas up there for a short, but obviously right now the price is not up there. Kind of a savage move, William. The dude literally is confessed to being brand new, and now you're telling him to go trade silver. Well, I'm just joking. Well, I mean, my point is, but how's he supposed to know that you're just joking? William is a savage individual. Confirmed. All right, I will take another long down here. Try it again. Right there. I'm in silver right now, William. And let me guess, you're brand new, right? You're brand new, don't even really know what futures are, and now you're doing silver because of William. William don't care. That guy's a savage. He don't care. He'll tell a newbie, yeah, go trade silver. SI. I would guess gold mainly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but over the past 5 years, I don't think futures traders have really even thought about silver to trade. But also, to be fair, silver was so crazy, but that maybe the short time silver got popular to trade because it was so crazy, it cooked that many accounts so quickly over that short amount of time. That's possible too. Oh yeah, okay, Carlos. So yes, isn't that great? No pattern day trade rule. Yeah, that's another easy kind of suggestion on why futures are better for those people that are in the world of day trading stocks or options. Is you have to deal with the pattern day trading rule and all that. Well, Clay, just use a cash account. That still does not solve anything because once you're out of cash for that day, I do understand it settles the next day. However, you're still out of cash for that day. So it's not actually a workaround. It's a partial workaround, but not really. But yeah, with futures, like Carlos is just mentioning, no pattern day trading rule. So that in and of itself, to me, makes it a very easy argument on why day trading futures in a prop firm is way better than day trading stocks or options. Again, I have an order to get long down here at this green line. So just trying to be patient here, seeing if it wants to come down there. Pretty good odds historically on NQ hitting previous day close, I think. All right, we'll see what happens. Oh! But did make money. Well, yeah. Again, my claim is that not that you can't make money day trading options. My claim is that is working inefficiently. You're making your job harder, not smarter. But hey, first off, thank you for using code Clay. But I mean, come on, Black Current Pop. You know those futures were moving nice. Oh yeah, exactly. And then with the prop firms, way better than personal accounts, exactly. No, well, yeah, okay, yes. Yes. There's no pattern day trade rule if you have $25,000. Okay, yeah, to me, I remember being back in college when I got started. I'm like, holy crap, $25,000. I mean, what? I will try again tomorrow. Yeah. Well, just realize you can reset that account for $100. So just keep that in mind. Don't go on and buy a whole new account. You can just reset it for $100, Black Current Pop. Specifically on Mondays, I want to say red 77%. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if this 77% works out or not. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out. Okay, maybe a short up around here. But what, yeah, exactly. If you are an options day trader and you're like, well, what are you talking about this theta stuff? That is such a red flag. You don't even understand how big of a red flag that is. It'll probably work out weeks later. Again, you're in another category. You're not even arguing in the same category. My claim is specific for the category of day trading. What you just described there about Forex and the one good thing is something that would be called swing trading. Do I trade after 6 p.m.? Rarely. I mean, I have 6 kids, so like there does reach a point where I want to go spend time with my family. I'm not going to sit in front of my computer around the clock, which is one thing that futures you got to be careful with. Futures open up the door to a very healthy, very unhealthy addiction. How do you know if you have an unhealthy relationship with futures? If you don't have a third shift job, you're in America, and you're trading the London session, that would be an unhealthy relationship. If you're waking up at 2 a.m. or whatever it is in the middle of the night to trade futures, that is an unhealthy relationship. No, I don't do swing trading. Just describe me. Well, again, Jobo, then I would say you have an unhealthy relationship with futures if you are. No. Again, Clay, I have a third shift job. Okay, well, I'm not talking to you then, because that would make sense why you're up at 2 a.m. in the morning. Well, at least, the Asian session is at 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern. So, okay, whatever. But London session, I think no matter what time zone in the USA you're in, it's still middle of the night. Maybe West Coast it's midnight. I don't know exactly what it is, but still, come on now. You're right, but I'm trying to create a better life. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying maybe a better life would be easier to create if you got some sleep. Well, like I said, I was looking for a short up around potentially these areas, but clearly the price never got up there. I'm not saying you're wrong, J-Bo. I'm just saying something that you need to consider is, do you have an addiction, and are you using that as a coping mechanism, like a rationalization? Well, I want a better life, therefore that's why. And you're trying to mask the fact that no, you actually are unhealthily addicted. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying that's something that you got to try to think through and be honest with yourself. I would argue, I think you'd be way better having a good night's sleep and then trading the New York Open. That would be my argument to counter that anyways. Even if it's not an unhealthy addiction, I don't know. Get some sleep. Come in totally fresh-minded, trade the New York session, and you could be done in a hurry. I got a better life by creating a life, not, yeah. I hear what you're saying and I agree. But, it can go both ways. All right, here we go. Maybe a short at the orange line here. Let's see if it wants to bounce up there. Would be, not bounce up there, more so break up there. White line here is the high of the day. So impossible for the price to get above that white line. The white line itself will just adjust higher. Hey, if you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button. It helps. It makes a difference. That's cool, but don't pay my mortgage. I'm not worried. That's cool, but don't pay my mortgage. I think you left out a couple words there, J-Bo. Come on, brother. I just wanted you to get up a little bit more before you pulled back. All right. All right. Gold not really doing a whole lot right now. What's oil up to? Ooh, oil still dropping. RZLV. What is RZVL? Brutal honesty but true. Which part? What was the brutal honesty but true? What are y'all growing this season? What are you referring to, Brad? Like on the farmland I own? Or well, that's the thing, Fendi. I have diarrhea of the mouth, so I've said about 47 different things. Yeah, the farmer that does it, each field he rotates between corn and soybeans. Kind of like that every day, but it's a tough spot because I understand you as like a viewer, like you hear me say something and then you just start to reply to it. Where in my world, because of the delay, I said that thing like 3 to 5 seconds ago, and then I've said even more stuff. So yeah, it's trading hours. Oh yeah, about the London, yeah, yep. All right. Still like a long down here. In fact, I don't know if this is some sort of... Is somebody in the bath? Just give me a second. Whoops. Whoop. Is somebody in the bath? What are you doing? Okay, why does it sound like there's water splashing everywhere? Do you have it plugged up? Yeah. Okay, unplug it, buddy. Just let the water go down the drain. Because it sounds like you're splashing water everywhere. All right, yeah, just unplug it. All right, thanks, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, it's 11:02. Okay, yeah, Mom says start to finish up. Trip? Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Sounded like there was a water issue, but I was told it was all contained in the tub. Jay, are you single? I'm assuming you're a dude. Are you a single dude? Yeah, so he's supposed to be taking a shower, but he's like creating a bath at the same time. I'm like, okay, yeah, now's not the time, buddy. All right, maybe a short up around here. Man, the chat is so dead today. Well, okay, here we go. Never mind. Okay, that was a bit of a chase. Right up in my zone. Yeah, there was really nothing I could work with on that one. I mean, it came up into my zone and then came straight back down. So it's easy in hindsight to be like, oh man, I would have had my order right there. It's like, okay, yeah, cool story, Clay. But we all know that you would have had your order closer to that pink line. So yeah, that was a chase. That was not a very good trade. Oh, well, you're different. Well, J-Bo, you're that okay. Again, J-Bo, I made a very specific claim. I said if you're in the USA and trading the London session, you may have an unhealthy addiction, but you're in the UK. So for you, that's not the middle of the night for you. For us, Americans, that would mean that you're like trading futures in the middle of the night. So okay, yes, I put on some very specific stipulations to that. What is alpha? Huh? But I guess nonetheless, you did say if you're watching charts 24/7, yeah, that's probably, I don't know, man. Maybe get outside. Go find yourself a nice lady. Ah, bummer. Again, in hindsight, yeah, sure, I talked about these areas as being potential shorts, but it didn't really give me a setup. Easy to say, though, or easy to be tempted to try to, like, I don't know, hindsight trade it. I heard people talk about alpha and how important to a strategy. I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you mean gamma or delta? Or you probably mean delta, not alpha. Do you mean delta? When you're learning if this is gambling or not, it's really hard now to not get frazzled when you hear confidence. Yeah. Well, are you sleeping in other parts of the day? Well, first off, what country are you in? Again, I've made a very specific claim. If you're not working third shift and you're in America and you find yourself trading the London session, I would submit that you probably have an unhealthy relationship with futures trading. Yeah, okay. Brad is in the EU, and New York session starts at 4:30. Yeah, I mean that's 4:30 p.m. Eastern. That's pretty nice, especially if you have a job where you're getting off your 9 to 5 or whatever. Right around that, I could see that working out, lining up very nicely. Like, does your strategy generate more than if you bought and hold the S&P? Is that gamma? I have no idea what you're talking about, Fiora Capital. I think you need to stop searching the internet for strategies and just kind of think and build one for yourself, because you are ripping yourself in all sorts of directions. You are chasing something that in all actuality does not exist. You have to stop treating like going to Walmart and picking a strategy off a shelf. That's not how this works. I understand a lot of people make you think that, but those people are trying to either sell you something or like build a following. Hey, Hedge Fudge. Thank you, Nero. My brother found you randomly and must say something. Random people give you the best advice for the life and lots of love from my heart. Well, thank you, Vishnu. Tim got his at Walmart. Uh-huh. And how many billions are you up? And what Walmart aisle? Oh, it's on sale too? Even better. Was it on the scratch and dented section? No, it's just, I mean, that guy, yeah. I have no opinion. I have no opinion other than history will reveal him to be, I mean, I think either way, just the ultimate gambler. I mean, I guess he's got conviction at this point. Is it conviction or ego? I don't know. Let me put it this way. I'm not sure he has any other choice at this point. He seems to have staked everything to it, so that is his only choice. Or I guess, does MSTR as a company, like, do they do anything, or are they just they're completely relying on Bitcoin? Because if they do nothing else other than just buy Bitcoin, well then that's his stake. Like, that is his thing. That's why other companies can be like, okay, well, like Amazon when they tried the phone, they're like, all right, the phone's not working. So they didn't have to go all in on the phone because they have other streams of income. But from my understanding, doesn't MSTR isn't like what they do is just buy Bitcoin? Okay, yeah, Fiora Capital Trading. That's what I mean. That's an investing term. Like I'm thinking like, okay, what does alpha have to do with like some sort of day trading thing, which is what we're doing here? They have software? No, investing is not anything close to day trading. Those are two things on opposite ends of the spectrum, with swing trading being kind of the middle ground. So tell me about your name, Fiora Capital Trading. I mean, you're coming across as like some sort of like big old hedge fund. So like, how did you get that name, Fiora Capital Trading? So we do have a bit of a pennant here. Kind of sort. I mean, we do, but it's right below these areas of resistance. That's why it's kind of holding me back from maybe trying to long here, because technically I'd be getting long right in this resistance zone. So from the long side, I more so want to see if it can clear up through this zone right now. Now, if it pulls back, that's a different situation. Okay, so MSTR does do other things. They do other things other than Bitcoin. Or is Bitcoin pretty much what's going to make or break them as a company? Either way, I think from my understanding, Michael Saylor, Bitcoin is a self-created thing. He has locked that ball and chain to his ankle. And if it goes down, well, I don't think it really matters how well MSTR as a company is doing. They're going kaput. So I don't think he has any other choice. I think he's just got to keep buying Bitcoin, I think he's got to, even if he doubts it, he's got to make people continue to think that he believes in it, because, and what better way? Well, I'm just going to keep buying more. So even if he is not confident, I think he still is just trying to project confidence, because at the end of the day, if anything were to get out about him actually not believing in it, he knows that's company done. We used, so past tense. I still like this area down here as a long, but I don't know if it's going to necessarily drop all the way down there or not. Oh, you're retired. Gotcha. What's stupid? Don't scalp the resistance. Wait, what? Why wouldn't somebody want to scalp the resistance? What's wrong with scalping resistance? I don't understand. I don't think yeah. I think I'm missing context. I think maybe do we have kind of now a new, yeah, rising wedge right there. Okay, which it kind of already broke. I don't know, man. This market today seems to be not really respecting these rising wedges too much. $640. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure what you're calling stupid. You said what stupid? Don't scalp the resistance, man. I don't know what you're referring to with that. Who's stupid? What or what is stupid? And then my follow-up question after you say that would be, why is that stupid? Like, what happens if it works for that person? So many questions. I have so many questions from Brad. Say if it goes down, then BlackRock would go down. Why would BlackRock go down? Gonna watch that trend line. I'm not sure I'm saying I'm convinced by it for anything, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. They have more Bitcoin than him. Yeah, I don't know, but isn't that counterbalanced though? Like, don't they have other assets and stuff like that that could maybe offset some of that? I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. There's going to be a battle at that level, right? But why can't you make money during battles? You can't scalp during a battle. The name is Mindset Thing, by the way. I forced myself to sign contract with my rules and what. Oh, all right, interesting. I really like how you... Well, I mean, I'm not even trying to really challenge anybody's thinking. I'm just trying to think myself and understand. Like, in my mind, if there's a battle at a level, that means, you know, the price still, moving around. And that's like a good time to scalp. If it's not going to break, there's just going to be a battle. Well, yeah, I'll take a small little piece of the pie of the battle. But like I said, I'm not quite sure exactly what he's meaning by that stuff. Just seeking a little clarity. That's all. Oh, I'm liking this trend line more and more. It's just the whole fact of what's above. We have the high of the day and then the overnight high from the overnight session. Even if it broke out here 70 and got rejected right there, that's 79. So okay, I mean that. Ooh. Gold with the pullback here to the 21 EM. Gold's very interesting if it can pull back more though. Like down around here, you have the VWAP, dotted yellow line. You have the 200 period simple moving average, that pink line. You have the 50 period simple moving average, that purple line. So quite a bit of congestion right down here. Does that mean it'll be a support? There are no guarantees, but if you're to tell me I trade gold and I'm looking for a bounce down around that area, I'd be like, okay, I can see what you're seeing there. I think both Strategy and BlackRock are positioning themselves for the digital era, the new Federal Reserve type stuff. Conspiracy time. All right. Thank you, Sky Mountain. I appreciate that. Yes, Code Clay, all capped. Feed some hungry kids. Code Clay feeds hungry children. I have 6 of them, and they are hungry. So they are my children that are being fed. But yes, you are feeding hungry children with Code Clay. All caps. We'll grind to 700 so long as... Well, I mean, couldn't you say that about any moving average? As long as we stay above a moving average that is going up, we will hit a higher area up, Neil. Like, can't you say that about anything? I mean, watch this. As long as we stay above the 21 EMA, we will hit 30,000. Again, as long as we stay above the 21 EMA, which itself is increasing, we will hit 30,000. New manual lockout is saving me from myself, but sounds like I'm glad you did not tilt enough where you just refuse to hit that button. So it sounds, with all due respect, it sounds like it's doing exactly like you should. Although I will say, and I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I do think a lot of people hit that button and they didn't necessarily mean to, or they didn't realize the impact it would have. But we did have a member that hit that button with Take Profit Trader, and then they reached out to Take Profit Trader, and Take Profit Trader, did something on their end, which like unlocked it for him. But he did have to ask them to do it. Yeah, Mitmont. Yeah, I didn't know if you were here or not. Okay, Brad. Brad. Yeah. Okay. Good job, Brad. You were right. It went down a tick. Okay. Good job. I mean, do you have like a time frame, Brad? Do you have amount of money? Like it's going down. Okay. Well, when is it going down, and by how much is it going down? Because to be fair to you, you are already right. Because after your comment, it did drop by a tick. Yeah, Nam, are you gonna like? Do you like? What's up, Nam? Yeah, yeah. You said it will go up to a certain level. The manual lockout button locks the tradable platform for all accounts, like across all prop firms, or you mean like all the accounts, even within Take Prop Trader? Right. No, it's not that you gave a target. I don't have a problem with people saying, "Here's my entry, here's my stop loss, here's my target." You said it will hit that a certain level, right? So you made a guaranteed claim, which you should know around these parts that don't fly. At least a 605. Yeah, and by when? Just in Tradeovate. So if you have pro and test accounts, it will. Gotcha. Didn't trust that rising wedge, but it delivered. Did it? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know if it was the greatest, but yeah. To be fair, scalpers, it did deliver pretty nice. Took the scalpy. Nice job, Acro. Why different MNQ contracts? What do you mean? I took this short scalpy scalp. Dom and MNQM. Oh, yeah. Because it did ask. So did it? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Did anybody else have that? There we go. Thank you. Where yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Tradeaway was like, "Do you want to roll the contracts forward?" And I assumed, okay, I guess it's time for the new contracts to have taken more volume. So I did that, and then it was all slow and weird. And I was like, I don't know why Tradeaway asked me to do that. But yeah, if you have a very choppy MNQ, make sure that you go back to H. So like I said, I don't know if that was just me or what or why it did it, but I did click yes for a while, and then I was just like, what is up with this chart? And it's like, okay, wait, I'm going back to H, and then everything got smoothed out. Oh, okay, for you too, Labrador? All right. Futures, just to answer that question very quickly in terms of futures day trading versus options day trading, futures day trading does not have theta. You do not have to worry about theta. So that's what I mean. The one guy's like, it'll go down to at least 605. Okay, well, it started to go down and now it's going straight up. So like, when is it supposed to go down to 605? Where would your stop have been? You know what I mean? He has not answered the when question. He's just saying it's going to. So I don't know. To be fair, if it goes down to 605 3 weeks from now, I suppose he could show up and be like, I told you so. Like somebody trying to take advantage of that short. Like, I mean, is that person getting stopped out here or what exactly is going on? That's a problem with just random comments with no context. Usually the second Thursday and when traders change. Yeah, I mean, I try to make it just as very straightforward as possible. Just when is the volume? Whenever the volume on the new set of contracts is more, well, that's when I'm making the change. Well played, Michael. Well played. I see what you did there, brother. And I salute you. Short opportunity. I don't know. I don't know, Carlos, your strategy. Is it a short opportunity? Hey, Willen. Is it Willen? Willen? It is Willen, not William. Willen. Maybe a short here, but I will say this. The 5-minute has me a little worried of taking a short just because this, let's face it, this is a pretty impressive candle. Not saying it can't come down, but man, all the way back up on good solid volume. So that's where, I'm going to kind of hold off on a short, at least at this point in time. Because that was pretty impressive. Hey, we got to get up to 200 likes by the 2-hour mark. So we are 48 likes away. I want to make sure I'm managing my time wisely. So I want to make sure that I'm using my time on something that people are enjoying. So how can I quantify that? How I can, determine if people are quote unquote enjoying? That's where the like button comes in. So if you are enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button. And I've learned over the months now that at this point in the live stream's history, if people are enjoying, then we should be able to at least have 200 likes by the 2-hour mark. So if you have not yet hit that like button, please do so. It has very practical ramifications. See, where'd the one guy go? What was his name? Brad? Is there activation fees with take profit? No, there's not. If you use code Clay, there is 0 activation fee. What was that guy's name? Calling stuff stupid. And then Brad Weathers, where did you go? Where did you go, Brad Weathers? Darcy effect shows its head again. Not enough buying interest. This stuff's going down. This crap's going down. To be fair to him, at least he did specify down, and he said 605, and yeah. And now, hello? All right. What a breakout, though. I didn't replace it, Southpaw. Just push it right aside. Yeah, Brad, do you see the danger of just talking in certainties? You know what I mean, Brad? It's just not a good look, brother. But hey, I'll give you credit for at least speaking up again and not disappearing into the shadows. Oh, Holland Zeal. Yeah, we had some friends. No. Seems like Michigan is getting, like... You guys see the video of the tornado that hit Michigan over the weekend? Seems like ever since we left, Michigan's always getting hit by tornadoes. Hey, Cam, good morning. Time to sell. Okay, so you're getting short here, Ali. Where's your stop at? Ali. We're going to need a little bit more details on that. All right, well, I'll get rid of that as I think it served its purpose. BMR, you're going down with the ship? Uh-oh. Why everyone want a short? I don't know. I'm waiting for Ali's trade plan. Time to sell doesn't really mean anything. It's just like words. My stop is sell more. Okay, so Ali has no idea. Ali is just either cooking the account or having it work out. So Ali doesn't really have a trade plan here. See, that's why you got to press people. I'm on my iPad. I try to swipe it. Nothing happened. Short because of war, maybe? Well, I mean, the war is not really new news anymore. As of now, Ali's looking pretty good. Again, they didn't give any numbers, so I think Ali is just saying stuff. I don't think they're actually taking any of these trades. Could be wrong. Maybe they are. But to be fair, I mean, it's looking good now. But that does look, I don't know, what time is that? 12:26, so that I wouldn't think was any sort of, yeah, Ali, in the future, you have to give these numbers ahead of time, with all due respect. So the next one, we look forward to seeing an entry point, a stop loss, and a target. We look forward to seeing those three numbers from you ahead of time. And then we can see exactly, get into your mind and see what's going on. But right now, you're coming across as you're just kind of making this up as you go, which, as I can attest to, and I think probably at least a few others in here can attest to, that won't be a long-term strategy. Making it up as you go. Why is your screen showing a red candle, but mine's showing a green candle? Well, I don't know what time frame we're using. This is a 2-minute chart. Maybe you're using a 1 minute? I might do the feed today. Y'all see that new manual? Yeah, I did see that. Ali had no plan. Yeah, that's Star Wars. That's kind of where I'm at right now thinking. Same time frame? Then I don't know. I do not know why. I don't know. Do you have a different setting? Maybe your candles are... I'm not sure. What is HHHHH? What does that mean? I'm too old, I guess. He keeps saying HH, like multiple HHH. What does that mean? For one of you younger folk out there, what does that mean in online jargon? He's breathing on me. Higher high. No. Multiple HHH. Like H8. Look. HHHHH. I'm an old dude. I don't know what that means. I think it's just how people from Saudi Arabia laugh. Are you in Saudi Arabia? Hi. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe the time change did save some people. Wait a second. You did you change your name? Scary Drawdown. Didn't you used to be like Ozark something? All right, here we go. Maybe. Okay, I will look to take a long here. If it wants to hit that green line, then come back up. Doggone it. Maybe still got a chance here. Again, hit that green line. Is step one for me. Green line is a 21 EMA. I was Ozark Life. Okay. Why'd you change your name? You're confused. Okay. Stop changing. Okay, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay, looking to get long at the green line if it comes back up. Ooh. All right, let's drop it. All right, let's try this. Let me try this, folks. Don't be scared. You don't know me. All right. Going for a long at the green line. I like it. I gotta be honest. Every time I see Ali, all that goes through my head is Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali Ababa. Dun 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 na 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 na. All right, where are you '80s kids out there? If you were born in the early '80s, mid '80s, you totally know what that is. I mean, even if you're not, you probably still do. Come on, what is it? Little movie history, little movie trivia. Prince Ali, and then the elephants kick open the doors. Ali, please tell me you're a prince. In fact, just lie to me, Ali. Just tell me you're a prince. Lie to us all. Say, yes, I'm a prince. Well, I realize Aladdin was 90s, but in order to be of an age to have watched it and remembered it, you'd have to be born in the 80s. My mom, well, just lie to us. Just lie to us. Say, yes, I am in the Middle East. Yes, I just found a bottle. Yes, there's a genie that comes out of it. And yes, I'm a prince. Just lie. Just lie. It's okay. Usually I want honesty around here, but not in this situation. I was born in the 60s and watched it. Yeah. Again, I'm just saying, like, kids. Kids, you're overanalyzing this laid back. Hey, Larry, I'm going to need you to lay back, man. Just take a little bit more laid back approach. What's my target price for this trade? I'm not in a trade right now. So I will say, follow your trade. Wait, what just happened? Didn't I say I wanted to... Okay, it doesn't matter anyways because it violated it too much. But okay, all right, that's right. It's like, wait, I was trying to buy somewhere around here at first, but why didn't I get... But this here, I don't like how it came down that far through. In hindsight, yes, that did not matter. But at the time, I did not know that. Goodness. Goodness. All right, I'm going to try a short up here. Stop right there. So just very simple premise. Let's try to make it more so like a 10-point stop. There we go. If this is another round to the upside, then it'll be a losing trade. If this is some sort of double top, well, then I should have a nice little green trade. So again, trying to play essentially a double top here. Why short? I swear some people, like, they way overcomplicate stuff. Like, wait, why would you short there? There's not a this, as I use all this fancy terminology. It's like, I don't know. I saw it get rejected there before. If it gets rejected again, it might be a good trade, like a double top. I know. Just saying a double top, though, that's hard to sell stuff. It's hard to sound smart just saying, well, I mean, it bounced from there before. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS method. It's going higher? Well, then you better get long, Trish Fortis. To be fair, you are right, because after your statement, it went up by a tick. So, okay. What's up with all these people showing up, trying to act like they're all smart and like they know what's going to happen? The amount of people in this world that do not know how to self-validate is crazy. Darcy effect again. Going higher. And then as soon as she says that, it drops like 30 points. Unbelievable. You're not fun. Bye. Yeah, see ya. Yes, that is actually a good point. If your definition of fun is just running your lips about stuff when you don't know what you're talking about, yeah, this is not the place for you. If you cannot just randomly flap your lips about stuff that, just, yes, for sure. Adios. Look at that. Sorry, Trish. Do you see why I don't like this nonsense? We're going higher. And Darcy effect. Unbelievable. Well, you're not fun. I can't. Yeah, exactly. So, good. I'm glad we got that established for Trish up front. Goodness. Well, it got close, but unfortunately in trading, close is not good enough. So there's our typical broad statements are not good enough. Because from a broad statement standpoint, I was right. It came up here to this double top area, and it did pull back a good, I don't know, about 20-some points. Problem is I didn't make any money because I had my entry point wrong. So it's the finer details that matter. Broad statements, unfortunately, are just not good enough. At least they were obvious. At least she was, I'm assuming it's a woman. At least she was like, transparent about what she was planning on doing. If I can't flip my lips and just talk gibberish, then therefore this place is not fun. Correct. Under that premise, this place is not fun. This place would become the most obnoxious place ever. Can you imagine a room full of Trishas? That'd be rough, folks. That'd be rough. Close only works with horseshoes and hand grenades, exactly. I caught that big move earlier, made 10K in 3 seconds. Well, what kind of position size did you use to make 10K in 3 seconds? That's what I want to know. Hey, we got to get 15 more likes in 4 minutes. So if we're going to take this beyond the 2-hour mark, hopefully there's 15 people out here that are enjoying enough to hit that like button, because that is my metric of should I keep going. At this point, am I delivering enough value? Am I delivering entertainment? The only way I know how to quantify that is to watch the like button. So now would be the time to hit the like button if there is ever a time. How long have I been trading? Got into the markets around 2006. When did I actually start trading? I'm not sure when I make that jump from an investor to a trader, but I've been in the markets a while now. Okay, still maybe trying to play a resistance up here. Ideally, I'd like to see the price come up here, hit its head on the white line, and then start to drop, and then I'll try taking a swipe for a short. Okay, can somebody tell what the white line is? For my mental sanity, I'm not going to, I've already explained that about 30 times this stream. So somebody wants to help out Robo for my mental health and sanity. All right, let's see. So in my ideal world, this candle stays around here. The next candle starts like right here, pops up a little bit, and then comes down. I can get short like right here, throw my stop right up there. So this needs to just kind of stay where it is for the next basically 40 seconds. That countdown timer right there tells me when this candle will stop moving around. So just stay below there. Stay below there. That's what I'm looking for. Just stay below. 20, it's like New Year's Eve. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Come on. All right, let's go. No, stay. Don't go up too high. Don't go up too high, brother. Okay, here we go. Boom, up. No. Up. The further it drops down, the more my risk profile changes. But right now, we're still good. Come up, go up a little bit above that white line. There we go. I'll take it. All right, here we go. My stop will be right here. So this is either a fake breakout or it's not, and I'll have a very minimal risk. Okay, if that red line turns blue, I am in. See if this is indeed some sort of fake breakout to the upside. Now, if it goes above that green line, then I'll have to reassess. Okay, kind of, sort of, maybe. Again, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Seeing if this is indeed some sort of fake breakout. If it goes above the green line, though, that's kind of... All right. All right, well, maybe this is a legitimate breakout. That's why I wanted to wait for confirmation. I did not get it, so therefore, no losing trade for me. All right. All right, Bulls, well. Hey, Grillin. Hey, Clem only. Hey, Artsy, let's go. You can do it, brother. Don't think too much about it. Just keep trading your system, brother. Good job. Yeah. All right. I'm thinking, do I still want to try it if it comes down? I'll have to reduce position size, though. I don't know, Maddie Futures. Stop being so materialistic. I don't know what enough to make me smile. I don't know. I can barely remember the last trade I took. I think my best trade ever was on LinkedIn IPO day, but that was also one of my worst trades ever. If you looked at LinkedIn IPO day, it got a little groovy. What is a yellow horizontal line? I do not see any yellow lines here, Philly, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. Liquidity at 750 and 760. So does that mean you're shorting there, JT Moon? Orange line is the previous session close. So, and where's your stop? Where's your entry point and stop at, JT Moon? So how are you going to play this liquidity? $200 points above the initial balance high. Well, Paulo, I don't even know what an initial balance high is. You are way smarter than I am. I don't know what those cool sounding terms mean. So, but if it pulls back some more, I would be interested in the long. But yeah, initial balance high, all I know is you are smarter than I am. Yeah, correct, Todd. If I get one of my kids' names right on the first try, that is actually quite impressive. Yeah. The beard. Yeah, I started growing the beard last week. So, yeah. I lied. Maybe it was like, I don't know. How long have I had that beard now? A couple months now? The range of the first hour. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't use any of that stuff. I'm not smart enough like you, Paulo. So shout out to you. Mustache look is in. Yeah, the mullets are all, I don't know. At least a couple years ago, the mullets were back too. I think mullets are still in. You're shorting at 760, risking 20 points. Roger that. Yeah, I borrowed. Yeah, it's on. Borrowed it from the library, exactly. You had it since traveling for Christmas? That's true, I did, yeah. Yeah, because all my nephews and nieces were like, whoa. My wife is the youngest of 6 kids, and so her parents, what are they? I think they're up to like 28 grandkids. So their oldest is now what Hank is 24, I think, and then the youngest is ours, Jet, who's like 2 years old. So point being, there's a lot of like older, there's a lot of now nephews and nieces that, you know, which shows how old I am, that I remember like playing with, like when I was just the single uncle, you know, just me and my wife, but are now like, let me put it this way. The first ever baby I held in my life, this is how old I'm getting, the first ever newborn baby, because it terrified me. The first one ever is getting married, you know, in this June. So like that's how old I've now become. Shout out Hallie. Yeah, it's right now it is just the grind higher and higher. I'm trying to be patient with it. You start calling me uncle. I mean, I guess if you want, I've been called way worse. So yeah, that's I won't complain. Where's your stop at, Nam? Nope, it's not okay. Are you just a degenerate with no stop? You're missing what some would argue is the most important part of the trade plan. No, where's your stop loss at? 21 EMA sitting right at the 24/7 stop. There you go. Now that's good. And look, you're not sitting here saying that we will go to 785. You're just saying that's where I'm thinking it'll go. So there you go. That is perfect. Scared to take a trade today. I think Trump is speaking. Yeah, I don't know if he is or not. Can you give me some advice on how you manage to have 6 kids and do well financially? I do deliveries all my life, and it stopped me from being able to. It stopped me from being in the dating game due to knowing I never would be able to provide. I'm 31 now. What do I do? Well, I mean, you kind of got to reverse engineer it. So, like, I don't know, like, what do you want? What kind of? So let me put it this way. If you're like, I want, and I'm not saying this is you, Trader Man, but like, this is what I mean by reverse engineer. You've got to start at the end and then work backwards. So, and I'm just making this up. Well, Clay, I want a Malibu mansion. I want a yacht. I want a private jet. And I want a vacation home in London. Okay, I have zero problems with any of that. Okay, do some math. Well, what is that going to cost? What do those things cost? What is it going to cost to have a Malibu mansion? Blah, blah. You're gonna find some numbers. Okay, that's what that costs. Now let's figure out, what do I have to do? Like, what is out there? Like, what skill sets do I have to obtain to be able to make that amount of money? Now, in my situation, it's probably gonna be, you're gonna have to be a business owner. You're gonna have to start a business or something like that to be able to afford all that sort of stuff. So that's what I mean. Start backwards. Where do you want to end up? What is your goal? What is that number? And then, or I don't know, maybe you're like, I don't need all that sort of stuff. Well, I don't know. Maybe becoming a plumber, maybe becoming an electrician, maybe becoming an accountant, maybe becoming, I don't know, a dental hygienist assistant will allow you to get, well, because again, everything's online. You can figure out what stuff pays you. You can figure out the average career, how much things pay, all that sort of stuff. So you got to work backwards with that sort of stuff. But what happens is people start up front and then they feel entitled. Hey, I got this degree and I want this, or this, so give it to me. And if you don't, you're mean. It's like, yeah, but your skill set that you acquired, it doesn't make any sense for me to pay you that amount to get all that stuff. Like, that's not my fault. So yeah, unfortunately, too many people work through that backwards. They get something and then they expect some sort of standard of living that their skill set does not justify. But if you just start backwards, and then you can figure out what you got to do. So some, depending on your standard of living that you foresee for yourself, yeah, you might have to become a brain surgeon. Other people might be okay. I don't know, doing something, way less than that. Other people might need to be, okay, well, you're basically going to have to, come up with a revolutionary idea and build a company around it. So. So hopefully that makes sense, Trader Man. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out. I don't like a long up here. It still seems to be a little bit. If it gets close to the 21 EMA. My dream job is to be Cookie Monster in Times Square. Okay, well, what job requirements do you need to become, or I should say, what skill set do you need to become Cookie Monster in Times Square? What is the skill set required? And then after you determine that, go get that skill set, Anthony. And then your dreams will come true. Nothing. That's why it's for me. Well, then there you go. Isn't that nice? You want to do something that has no skill set, so then go do it. You lazy bum. You have the skill set to do it, and you're not doing it. Unacceptable. Good afternoon, Clay. For 50K TBT, we can request 10K payout per account per day. I mean, Chris, are you routinely making $10,000 a day, Chris Hoy? Andy the Greek. Okay, well, did you give us all those numbers ahead of time, Andy? Oh, nice job then, Andy. Well done. Well done. What are we looking for today? I am looking for trades that will not cause me to have to live under a bridge. That's what I am personally looking for. What about you? What are you looking for, Lee Young? I think I offended Ali. Like about all the Prince Ali stuff. They're gone. They gone. Some people, I guess, they just don't quite have the sense of humor for this den of baboons. This den of dented baboons. Come on now, pull back a little bit more. Good position to enter. Well, what is your... Hey, Lee Young? Oh, brother. Lee Young, are you here to just blindly follow Lee Young? I'm looking for a short possibly later today. Skate 84 Live. I'm getting the impression that you're more like a swing trader, not necessarily a day trader. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just it sounds like we approach the market in a couple different ways here. I'm a copycat. Okay, well, unfortunately, Lee Young, just call yourself what you actually are. You're a lazy sheep, and that's not how the market works. If you really think that being a copycat is going to be a viable long-term way to generate consistent income, you are deceiving yourself. I understand I may be coming across as a jerk to you right now, but that is actually the truth. If you think that successfully trading is as easy as just copycatting people, that's not how it works, brother. No, you're not learning. That's the thing. You being a copycat is not learning. You being a copycat is being a lazy sheep. This guy's so mean. What a jerk. Okay. Come on, you dirty rat. You just need to pull back a little bit more. Dude, oh yeah, you never got your 760, did you, JT? Bummer. All right, now you're long at 720. Did you get long there, or does it still need to come down to you, JT? Yeah, so kind of just a waiting game right now. He would have been blaming you. Yeah, and the lazy sheep are yeah, they're not the most pleasant of people. Ooh. How do you get it's just a community indicator. So just search community indicators on Tradeovate for overnight high and it'll come up. Yeah, the reason why I'm struggling to get long now is because of the 5 minute looking like this. We now officially have what was a good solid green candle not that long ago, and now this green candle has failed. So do I want to be buying after a failed nice green candle? Not necessarily up around here anymore. So that's what's kind of got me. Again, it's right here at the 21 EMA, but I just can't quite trust it because of the 5 minute. All right, JT. Hopefully you're. I guess you might. Oh yeah, you probably stopped. What was your stop? Stop 20 points. 720. Oh, no. JT's in. He's still in by a little bit. All right, JT. Still in, yeah. I might be joining here. I want to see what kind of candle here forms. I'm not totally convinced yet from the long side, but let's see what kind of candle here forms, and I might take a swing at it. I'm out. Break even 713 long. Looking again at 713. Did not enter my earlier call out since it did not go above 751. Roger that. In my ideal world, it comes down here to this overnight high. But I don't know if that's, like I said, that's, ooh, oh boy. Okay, stop. All right, no. I like this down here. Okay, there's my buy. Yeah, it's a ways away, but I think we got a chance at it. Let's see. Wide 2-minute chart. Well, Andy, what time frame do you use? I promise I'm answering this for you. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Okay, I'm glad I did not trust. Again, that 5-minute. That was 1 minute. Yeah, why do you use the 1 minute? It happens, JT. I appreciate you having the courage to map your trade plan out ahead of time. Nothing but respect. Good job being disciplined, brother. I feel like it gives a more precise entry. So I don't want to speak for you, Andy, but is my understanding you would answer, well, I use the 1 minute because it best helps me implement my strategy the best. Is that a fair reason on why you'd use the 1 minute? Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well then I give the same reason for the 2 minute. Does that make sense? There we go. Also fair. There we go. Well, this makes me feel a little bit better. At least it didn't go down there and like hit right off that area, which is where my buy would have been. It would have gotten, had I thrown a buy, it would not have been there. As much as my hindsight voice makes me want to say that, oh, you were going to buy right there. No, I would have been down a little bit lower, so I would not have been filled. Buy at 669, stop. Okay, I appreciate that, Sokol. Again, I'm looking to get long at the green line. Hey, Andrew. Come on, brother. If this is just the start of a much bigger reversal, well then these will be losing trades. But I have a hard time. I suppose anything's possible, but I mean, right now this seems like a pretty methodical kind of pullback. Nothing too crazy, but I mean, the bottom can always open up. All right, we'll see. Getting close, kind of, sort of. What is that? What is the 21? The 660? What is that right there? Okay, that's... do I try... I don't want to try to out-fancy myself, but I kind of do. Because the 5-minute... Now, just leave it here, brother. Leave it here. Don't out-fancy myself. Okay. If that green line turns blue, I am in. Trying to buy the pullback here. Should I switch from Forex to futures? In the category of day trading, I think you would be very happy with that decision, unless you like watching paint dry in Forex. Some people like watching paint dry. Me, no, I like a little bit more action. What is a purple line? The 50-period simple moving average. The 50 SMA. Not to be confused with the EMA. I've learned that in the world of futures, people just assume everything's the EMA. Not so, at least not with me. If you're going long at the green line, why not short until you get there? Well, because I'm not quite sure it's going to get down there. But yes, that is a fair point. If I was very confident it'll get down there, then I'd be short right now. I'm not sure if it wants to get down there. But if it does, if it does, then I'll take a long at it. But yeah, fair question. I don't know if it'll get down there. Now, if I knew or if I had a high degree of confidence it will get down there, then you're absolutely right. I'm getting short here, and I'll cover, and then I'll go long right here. But I'm not at that point. The 605 chat, the 605 guy is chanting right now. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to come back, and if it hits, like, I told you so. Well, I mean, I know it went up like 150 points before it hit it, but like I told you so. I don't think he'll do that. Thomas Chen. When I say indica, does that mean anything to you, Thomas Chen? And be honest, if you're indica, let me know. Because I will say you have not been obnoxious. So if you are indica, you have clearly turned over a new leaf in your journey. I watched 10 pairs for my AAA setup. So Andrew, you're saying you trade Forex? I didn't even know there were 10 pairs. There's that many currency pairings? Oh, doggone it. I might have to take this. Oh, no. Oh, okay. No, that looks like a spam one then. Glad I checked. Okay, you're not that guy. All right. Whenever I see the green laughy faces, I always wonder, okay, is that indica? How old is that pick of... I don't know, Liquid Cap. Good grief. I don't know, what, 15 years old? I don't know. I miss Andrew. Are you a Forex trader? If you are a Forex trader, you gotta rethink some life choices. All right, I'm coming down here now at this point. There are such better choices in the category of day trading than to day trade Forex. I do understand if you're in a country and then this country is like blocked by a lot of these prop firms for futures, fine. But like if your country is not blocked and you can day trade futures through a prop firm, it is definitely better. Well, I'm not saying you, again, Andrew, it's not a question of whether or not you can make money doing what you're doing. That's not my claim. My claim is one of efficiency, one of working smarter, not harder. And you are definitely working harder, not smarter, day trading Forex. I mean, you just admitted it yourself. You're watching 10 pairs. Man, who wants to sit around and watch 10 charts all at once? No, scalping Forex is not better. Is Forex even move enough to scalp? Uh-oh. Did it bounce off of where my original plane was? Be honest. I think, where was my original entry? Did it just bounce off what would have been okay? I'm taking $500 a day in gold. Well, so Praveen, you're trading futures then. What was it at? 664? Agreed. I eventually moved over from... Okay, so Meek Sounds, would you agree with what I'm saying? Day trading futures move way better than Forex? Bro, it's easy. I have an indicator that tells me when Uh-oh. Now I'm worried. He's got the magical indicator. Doggone. I think I would have been filled there. I don't remember where my entry was, but I think I just out-fancied myself. Well. Okay, good. I'm glad. So it's wrong sometimes. Your indicator is wrong. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine, Andrew. As long as you're not sitting here thinking you have some sort of... I'm thinking of giving a shot in future. Should I start demo for a month? Praveen, I have no idea. I don't know anything about you, brother. I definitely would have been filled. Great. Okay, I will take another swing, though, if it comes back down. There we go. Well, I'm telling you right now, Andrew, that if you were to try futures, you wouldn't look at future or Forex anymore. You'd be like, oh man, futures move so much better. And I don't have to watch anyways. I think you should consider it. I think you'd be very happy with that decision. All right, looking to get long down here after I missed my first one. I'm going into stubborn mode. I don't even care. Like, I'm getting long there. If it doesn't work, then it'll be a good smack in the face for me not to get so fancy next time. Oh, yeah. And then day trading options. Yeah, that's real rough. Well... That's fair point that I don't even care. I just mean about the entry. Like, I'm going to have a tight stop. I'm just saying I don't even care. Like, if I get filled and stopped out, oh well. But it'll either be a winning trade or a good learning lesson. Reminder. 100% prefer futures. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Meek Sound. So there we go. Yes. Futures are just better than Forex. And it's... Appreciate that, Andrew. I thank you for being a rational, reasonable person. Some people, they're just so stuck in their ways that it's like, okay, you're not even open to the idea. But sounds like you are open to it, which is great. So shout out to you, Andrew. I appreciate your reasonability. For the longer time, people here that have hung out, they know that we've come across some very unreasonable people. We'll put it that way. All right, here we go. Maybe. Again, looking to get long at the green line right there. I really do like the 5-minute. Nice hammer here. Yeah, it's a bit of a fake breakout to the upside, and I'm buying this, but I'm buying down here so I can keep my risk very small on it. Yeah, well, options is even worse than Forex, because at least to give Forex credit, at least Forex does not have theta. But options day trading, having to deal with theta, that makes that, yeah, not good. Yeah, Monka S, that's right. Hopefully this is not a Monka S trade. I mean, it won't be because I have my stops and all that, but. Oh, they got my number now, huh? Oh. That number I didn't pick up was somebody from Merrill. Because I use Merrill Edge as my investment person. Oh, I'm sure. I'm just wanting to touch. It used to be from people from Michigan, but I guess they figured out that I'm in Iowa now. So the Des Moines office should probably start calling me. Glad I did not answer. I'm long oil right now. And short. All right, well. How long do you usually hold, Andrew? I'm guessing you're more of what I would call a sway trader. All right, well, I'm still trying to get long here. And I'm doing this to also teach myself a lesson. My original entry was here anyways, and then I moved it down because it got too fancy, and I missed out on what would have been a beautiful, beautiful bounce here. So now I'm like, all right, I'm going to try it again. And if it costs me, then it'll just be a lesson of, Clay, next time stick with your original instinct. But even now, it won't fill me. The dirty rat. I should probably 16. Yeah, come down here a little bit more. Here we go. On the 5-minute here, we have both the previous session close and we have the 21 EMA. They're both basically right at the same level. Does not mean a bounce is going to happen, but I think I have at least a plausible reasoning as to why it could bounce from there. No, I'm intraday most part. 1 hour. Oh, that just shows how we're all different. He's like, oh, no, I'm an intraday trader. My holds are normally 1 to 3 hours. Dude, if I'm at 5 minutes in a trade, I'm starting to feel like it's a long-term investment. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong about anything, Andrew. I'm just saying that's funny how we all have our different things. Like, oh, no, man, I'm a scalper. I'm only in from like 1 to 3 hours. Oh, Discord's having an outage? Is it? Like all of Discord or the Discord, the test Discord? Hello? I think it worked. Oh, back in. Okay. Yeah, maybe that was just you, Brian. I don't know. All right. Again, trying to get long at the green line. I scalped on 15-second chart. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. Maybe kind of, sort of. I swear this thing does not just want to go down there. Okay. Okay, am I about... Okay, let's see if it wants to try again. This is so going to dump right below me, but I deserve it. It'll serve as a reminder. All right, I'm in. Go. Bounce, 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 bounce. A little bit more. I'll take that scalpy scalp. Woo! Shamadina baba. All right, nice little scalpy scalp there. Maybe another one. My overnight long setup was in for over 12 hours. Yeah, no thanks. I'll go ahead and pass on the 12-hour trades. Do you think singing will help today? Yeah, you got to just get the right song. That was a Lion King sound? I don't know what that was. That was an out-of-body experience. Gonna try another long down there. Actually, I think my stop should be... Let me check something real quick. I think I like my stop there. So I'll bring my entry down right about here. There we go. So looking for a dump, and I guess if it does start to dump, that will technically be somewhat of a attempted falling knife catch. But I do know my risk is 7 points with slippage. Let's call it, I don't know, 8.5 points. So risking about 8.5 points here on this potential bounce from this area back here. Of course, that assumes that the price needs to first get down there, but we'll see what happens. I'm kind of liking the day trading thing. In and out. Yeah, I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with sway traders. A sway trader being somebody that's still intraday, but doesn't mind holding for hours on end. So that's just what we call them around here. But yeah, the thought of holding something for hours on end, no thanks. My strategy is very unique. Don, what are you talking about? I assure you there's nothing unique about intraday scalping. In prop firms, that 700 unrealized would have killed my account. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't like holding for minutes. Yeah, exactly. Some people are like, they start to hold over a minute and they start to like sweat. Start to crack walnuts. So I'm glad I took the little scalpy scalp there. Now let's see. Again, there's no need to lie to myself. I am officially going to try to catch a knife here. Because that's what this will be at this point. If it comes all the way down here relatively soon. No, just your... yeah, I would say, Don, you don't understand what I'm doing if you think what I'm doing is like unique. Like, I assure you, I've not reinvented the wheel, or I'm not in any sort of groundbreaking territory, Don. So I think that would just be a sign that you don't quite understand what I'm doing, which makes sense because you can't really quite get all the nooks and crannies. All right, here we go. Maybe kind of, sort of. All right. Again, green line. I think I could get maybe a little bit better. Oh. Okay, if I out-fancy myself again, so be it, but... This is the 2-minute time frame, but I have other time frames off screen. Oh, okay, Don. If that's your definition, then fine. I guess I can accept that. What's your advice? My advice, Gio, would be if you want to get into day trading, then day trading futures through a prop firm is going to be the most efficient way to go about it, especially given you are new. Because as a new person, you are going to do dumb things. Heck, as veterans, we do lots of dumb things. But at least within the prop firm, your risk will be nicely insulated, okay? Maybe, kind of, sort of, but... Oh! No, I did it again, didn't I? I out-fancied myself. My original entry was up here, and I would have been filled and gotten this... Oh. Right? I think so. I think my order was up here, and then I was like, well, let me adjust it down just slightly more, and I just missed it. All right. Yeah, I totally did. Yeah. Okay, there we go, folks. Twice in a row. All right, have a good one, Thomas. Andrew, it's irrelevant, man. It's irrelevant. We are two totally different traders. You're sitting there. You literally just said your normal positions hold times are between 1 to 3 hours. So I assure you what I'm doing here is irrelevant to somebody like you. I mean, I don't say, I don't, it's just, okay, yeah. At this point, down here. Did I not click the button? No, I must not have. All right, there we go. I am trying to catch a knife here. Again, Andrew, I'm not going to turn this into like a one-on-one coaching session with you, brother. Hello, Claire. Are you using web version? I am on no, not the web, the downloadable desktop version. I get prop firms, but if you can't trade your personal capital, probably why do a prop firm? Well, you would do a prop firm because the risk management is really, really nice. And the ROI potential is really, really nice. Like, if you can trade, then why would you not do a prop firm? You will be able to generate insane, like scam-like ROIs, like multiple thousands of % ROIs. And if you can't trade, well then yeah, there's no better place to learn with some skin in the game than a prop firm. Why would I get nervous about that, Don? Star Wars. Again, people use it. People enjoy watching it. That's why it's over there, Star Wars. This is called the volume profile. The gray volume over here. And then on Tradovate, you get it from just clicking here and then right there. Day volume profile. Well, Don, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. Like if you're gonna make all your decisions based on hypotheticals, then I don't know. Do you just sit in your room with like bubble wrapped in bubble with shrink wrap? Like, well, I don't know, Don. Maybe if you get out of bed today, a bird flies and hits your eye, which causes you to fall down, and then a pizza truck runs you over. I don't know, Don. Have you ever left your house before, Don? I don't think Don's ever left his house. I think you are wrapped in bubble wrap right now, and you've never left your house. Yes, if all that stuff happens, if the math changes, Don, then I'm open to the idea of a personal account making sense. If the math says that it makes sense. But until that happens, I'm not going to be focused on it, Don. Still got to come down a little bit more, looking for a long at the yellow line. Well, I mean, I can say the same to you. Hey, you have to treat a personal account, properly, not as a gambling tool. Listen, at the end of the day, there's no flawless trader. Never met one that perfectly follows the rules all the time. All traders have those bad days, and that's where a prop firm shines. Because in a bad day, all you'll do is cook the account. But when you cook the account, you're out a couple $100 at most. Whereas a bad day in a live account, it can get real bad. Right. All I'm saying is the same exact thing happens with cash accounts and live accounts. But the difference is a prop account is going to give you the opportunity to learn. Like, oh, okay, that was the wrong behavior. Whereas a couple of bad mistakes in a live account, your journey could be over. Because like a $2,000 loss is a $2,000 loss. Whereas in the prop firm, a $2,000 loss just means you cooked the account. But you still, it ultimately only cost you $100 out of your pocket. Don, sometimes I can't tell if you're trolling or if you're being serious. I mean, Don, are you a beast mode? Are you maxing out all these prop accounts? Are you making like tens of thousands of dollars every day, Don? Okay, well, are you making tens of thousands of dollars every day? Okay, so you're not making tens of thousands of dollars every day. So chill out with everything. You're acting like, man, I'm making 10 grand a day, so all these prop firms are gonna like peak like, you know what I mean, Don? Like, chill out, dude. I've never seen so many people like complain about like Apex and like payout caps, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, the amount of people I see complaining, I wonder what percentage of those have ever even gotten a payout to begin with. And they're like complaining about something way far down the road. Yeah, exactly, Malik. It's just like, again, Don, and I don't know what to tell you anyways, Don. If you just use Take Profit Trader, they'll move you to live anyways. And then it's like, I don't know. Don, you're a hard one to read, Don. Like, I can't tell if you're just like rage baiting with all this or if you're actually serious. Because like there's solutions to your problem out there, or your perceived problem, that you're not using. Like, then use Take Profit Trader, Don. Take Profit Trader will not kick you out of the platform. They will move you to a live account. Just too many rules for me. To be fair, Steven has probably used, like, I don't, have you ever done Take Profit Trader, Steven? Let me guess. The prop firm you've used is Apex, right? Again, it's not a universal case, but more times than not, the people that complain about the rules, what they're actually saying is, hey, listen, I want to be able to break rules at will. I want to be able to not be constrained and have to follow rules so rigidly. I need some flexibility, which can be nice 90% of the time. Like 90% of the time, because you have flexibility, that actually helps you out. But the problem is when that 10% shows up, what is Guitar Guy doing here? I thought, didn't you take your ball and go home a few months ago? Let me guess, Guitar Guy's about to throw some grenades. Exactly, Wigwam. Exactly. What is wrong with going live, Don? Don, something here stinks. What do you have against going live, Don? Something here is not adding up. Your fear of going live is where the uh-oh. I don't. Live is better. Well, then why are you not with Take Profit Trader? All right, no problem, Guitar Guy. I am now, Clay. Okay, well then stop your complaining. You have nothing to worry about. Take Profit Trader would love to move you live, and what they have no incentive to want to ever kick you out. Why? Because if you're a baller trader, which you apparently are, well then they're going to continue to make 10%, which is great, which is a good win-win for everybody. You are truly panicking about things that don't exist. Okay, let me say, to be fair to you, maybe with some of the prop firms, your fears are actually based in something. But with Take Profit Trader, these fears that you're talking about don't exist. You don't go automatically to live. With Take Profit Trader, you go from test to what's called a pro account, which is still not technically in the live market, although your profits are live, or your profits are real, and then you go to Pro Plus. Yeah, so, I mean, Steven, you just a good thing. You just proved why you should give them a try. The trailing drawdown confuses me. And then later on you say, I'm content to build my account a base hit at a time. That is exactly how you beat the trailing drawdown, with base hits. You wouldn't even notice. I bet you wouldn't even notice a trailing drawdown because your strategy in and of itself is already base hits. I do understand what you're saying, Steven. If you're talking about like an Apex of the world or some of the other ones, they do have a lot of rules, which is why I always say if you're a beginner, take Profit Trader, the best place to start. But yeah, that given what you just said in your statement, you probably, I guess I can't say you for sure wouldn't even notice a trailing drawdown, but highly unlikely given you're already a base hit trader anyways. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Scary Drawdown. Good plug for Code Clay, and then just already. And just really quickly, I haven't even showed this. I'm such a terrible live streamer. But like, again, in the category of beginner, if you've never used prop firms before, I think that's where Take Profit Trader shines because of their clean set of rules. Now, experienced people, if you want to build your empire and start copy trading, blah, 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 diversify across prop firms, blah, 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 well, then yeah, there's a lot of these other ones. But like Apex, I have nothing against them. But I would never say Apex for a beginner prop firm trader. All those rules are going to overwhelm the person. But once you get experience and you understand the rules and you start to kind of figure out your way in the prop firm space, which is what Take Profit Trader is a good way to help introduce you to the most basic of rules, which is therefore, again, why they're very beginner friendly. Well, then, yeah, you can start to venture out into these other areas. But yes, that is kind of my general thought. I recommend Take Profit Trader. And if you enjoy the live stream and want to help support it, then code Clay all caps with any of these prop firms. But yeah, there's my kind of quick overall thoughts on it. But it's a nuanced conversation. Doggone it. You got to be kidding me. You guys heard me here saying, I will still take it again if it wasn't come down here. The one time, the first time I decided to, show that slide real quick is a time where it went down and hit what would have been my entry point. Chat just made you miss a nice scalp. No, I made myself miss a nice. The chat did not hold a bang bang instrument to my head and say, "Hey, you have to do it." No, it was my own fault. It was my fault. It's on me. Okay, Robo, for the final time, I've told you that before. Leave that name out of here. They're garbage. Absolute and utter pure garbage. Pretty sure I've told you that before. Maybe I got you confused with somebody else. All right, I'm in. In for the long. All right, out there for another little scalpy scalp. We are also on the 5 minute. Check out the 5 minute. We are right at a strong upward sloping 50 period simple moving average. Don, are you serious? I just told her, don't bring up that name. Hey, which one? So you want her to violate the rules and get the ban hammer, Don? See, Don, there's something off about you, brother. There's something off about all this. I realized you didn't see the name. That was by intent. But then I just gave this spiel about, hey, leave that name out of here. To which you proceed to say, hey, what did you say? Which would therefore imply they have to break the rule by saying the name. Don, this is a troll. You're an ultimate rage baiter, aren't you? Like, there's no way your logical connections don't see how like what you did was wrong. I think Don, I don't know. This is getting strange. And there's, this is, I don't know. This is getting a little awkward with Don. Don's a spy. I don't know I don't know if he's a spy. Well, let me put it this way. If you stick with the slide I just showed you, you don't have a threat. Again, very quickly, if you stick with this, then you don't have to be all worried about the name that I don't want mentioned in here, okay? It's not one of them, okay? So just calm down about it. No need to panic, Don. You dent. You guys are ruthless. Yes, we are ruthless. Okay, do not leave that name in here. Wait, what was the name you just said? Don, what are you doing? That would cause that person to break the rules I just told them not to break. Well, geez, you guys are ruthless. This has got to be a troll, right? Like, this is officially a troll. The more I think about it, what do we do with Don? I think he might have to go. If he is a troll, he's a very good troll because he's not making it totally obvious he's a troll. He's leaving enough kind of wiggle room where, like, maybe this guy is serious? What a pullback, though. This is crazy. Remember earlier when I was just like, well, I don't even know. In some people's definition, this would be a full-blown reversal at this point, but... Am I spending my own money? I think what you're asking is this a live account or is this a prop account? I'm a prop firm trader. The math does not reveal to me how it makes any sense to be using my own funds. Can't ask. All right, Don's gone. Earlier, we'll give him a timeout. I'm pretty sure he can't ask questions nowadays. Yeah, I'm about 90% sure. We'll give him a timeout, though. We'll see if he comes back and stops. I think yeah. All right, we're at that yellow line. Again, this was just kind of I'm not... Where would my... yeah, maybe you're like right here. We'll see if it can get down there or not. On the 1 minute, we entered oversold territory on our side. All right, thank you, Andy. So for you 1 minute chart users that also like the RSI, Andy has announced it is now in oversold territory. We'll see if it wants to pull back some more. Hey, if you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button. It helps. It makes a difference. We're going for 400 likes today. I don't know if we'll hit it, but let's try to at least get up to 300. So hopefully there's 39 people here that are enjoying enough to hit that like button. Yeah, gold's still kind of just chopping around. Is oil still coming down or did it shoot back up? No, kind of just hanging out here. Come on, flush oil. Flush. I mean, Andrew, you're kind of hijacking. You're trying to pretty much hijack the entire thing. Since you've shown up, which is fine. I guess you're just a very chatty fella. But, like, there are other people here, brother. Clay, you don't do short in scalping. Oil will flush very soon. Okay, and you're one of these guys. Gotcha. You think oil will flush very soon or it will flush very soon? There is such a massive difference between those two statements. All right, yeah, Andrew's gone. I think he's some sort of troll too. We'll give him a timeout. See if they wants to... Oh, we can now go to the second. You know that's not purple, Brian. You know this is pink. You color-blinded baboon. You know that's pink. I'm long based on Darcy effect. I wouldn't blame you. I don't know. Like, it's a working theory, but I swear, I think a lot of people, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They might not be trolls, bro. They might just be slow. I don't know. It's hard to identify things at times. Did that one guy specify what he was talking about? Clay, you don't do short in scalping. Yeah, Praveen, I'm happy to try to clarify but I got to understand what you're saying first. Have you ever? No, no. I think there's a timeout. At least one every day. Hey, thank you, Sam. Oh, yeah. And Jim, by the way, your text about what is EPD? Yes, yes. I think that's energy. I do own some, yeah, of EPD. I think they're saying you should only scalp longs. Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. That sounds like a possibility. Yeah, yeah, I own ETP. Yep. Wow. Just so the 5 minute has forgotten about this thing called green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And each of these are 5 minute candles. So we officially have an hour straight of just red candles on the 5 minute. MNQ is like, green? What's that? What's that? This room is kind of entertaining. Well, good. That's the goal. Might try a short here. If my premise is this is now a downtrend. So if that red line turns blue, I'm in. Short, I am in. Put my first couple of targets there. See if this is like a little miniature dead cat bounce. So I am short. Trying to play the trend. Trying to think that this thing might want to keep on drifting down. If not, then I'll have a losing trade. What is the third line for your trading contract today? Oil? No, I'm trading MNQ here. All right. I got maybe I've been doing scalpy scalps, and I would have had a green trade on the scalpy scalp. Maybe I just need to stick with that. I don't know. I kind of sort of want to add down here, but remember that rule earlier I never put in officially, but I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to add. Again, I'm short. Blue line is my entry. Got my initial targets right here. This is my stop. Trying to see if this is just kind of a little dead cat bounce before the overall trend continues. Okay, I'm in. All right, Carlos. All right, that one did not work. Gonna try another set right here. Maybe my timing was a little bit off. That red line turns blue. I am short. Beard looks good. Hey, thank you, Brad. We have the 3 rejections right here, and we also have the 21 EMA. Revenge trade. Hey, Allie, I'm going to go ahead and put you in timeout for just being a total dent. In order to make that claim, you would, especially on a trade like this, like if you can't see the logic of why I have a short right there, yeah, we're gonna I'll give you a little bit of a timeout to kind of reconsider that you have no idea what's going on. Why would you short there as it pulls back and would have given me like a 10-point scalp? Okay, for all of you saying don't short, FYI, it would have already worked. That's the problem with telling me not to short. You're presupposing your strategy on me. In other words, you're suffering from the world revolves around me-itis. You think everybody trades like you. Literally, it would have already worked. My entry point was slightly off, but it's literally from right here. It's already pulled back, almost going on 20 points now. So seriously, stop saying don't go short there. Like it would have already worked. And that's why I put that one dude in timeout. Like if you don't see why, try to get shorter on. In fact, I told you why. Like hopefully you're trading at bets with prop firms because you don't know what you're doing. I'm not saying that doesn't mean that you would have to take the trade, but like part of understanding charting and like trading is like you can see what other traders might be seeing. And if you don't see why I was getting a short there, yeah. Maybe tap the brakes on your shorting. You gotta love it though. Like literally after the short would have worked, people are showing up. Don't short. Only on the internet. So my GM told me I'm no longer able to. Oh no, trade at work. That is brutal. Again, you just the Darcy effect. Ali, if he's still here, you can't make this stuff up. It is a law of nature. Don't go short, and then it drops like 25 points within 30 seconds of him saying that. You can't make this stuff up. The Darcy effect is real. A law of nature. I used to watch another live streamer on my days off. Now I'm like, hey, well, thank you, Andy. I'm glad you're finding enough entertainment to watch here. It wasn't interfering with my job either. Just decided he didn't like it. Well, at the end of the day, he's buying your time, so he kind of gets to tell you what you can do with your time. Obviously, to an extent. That's the problem with that pesky job. Other people are purchasing your time. Praveen, you never explained earlier when you're like, you don't short scalping. What were you talking about there, man? Our commission, I don't get paid unless I produce. Well, it seems like you'd have a good rebuttal then. Does he get any of your commission? Let me ask you that. Does he get any of your commission? I might try another short here. No. So then how does your place of work make any money off of you then? I'm confused. All right, I'm going to try another one right there. Another short, that is. I do not use Bookmap. Okay, well, give us an actual number. Ma Gamma. Around here, we do trade plans with 3 numbers: an entry, a stop, and a target. If you give us those 3 numbers ahead of time, that we can see exactly what you mean. Yeah, Amanda, I do not use Bookmap. I don't have anything against Bookmap, but yeah, I don't use it. I'd have a good one, Andy the Greek. Okay, maybe if that red line turns blue, I will be short. You gotta be kidding me. Did not fill me. Well, there was my little scalpy scalp. 24,600. Well, I don't know what that number means. Okay, let's try this. All you got to do is give us 3 numbers. Say entry and then a number. You don't have to type stop loss. Just type SL and then a number. And then put TP for target price and then a number. Close back under, then go for... Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, go close back under. Well, how far back under? You know what I mean? But I'm trying it. If it comes back down, try the short. There we go. Everybody look at Christian Garcia right there. Look at that trade plan. Everything mapped out just like that. That's how you do it. Thank you for leading by example. All right, well, it is continuing on up right now. I am still bearish biased. I mean, if anything right now. Yeah, it's got a channel, but where is this channel at? I mean, so bear flag right now. Five minute, we are approaching 21 EMA right here, so maybe a short up around that area. Maybe kind of, sort of. And now it's coming back down. Okay, going to try a short here. Red line short, green line is my stop. So it needs to bounce up a little bit more. Maybe I should just be getting in short right here. Hindsight will be my judge on if me trying to get up here is a good idea or not. But hey, real life trading, we don't have hindsight. Again, if that red line turns blue, I am in. But I love the formation here. We'll see if it can work out. And step one for me is it's got to first hit that yellow or red line. Come on, just be bullish until here and then go totally bearish. So right now I'm cheering for the bulls. Just enough for it to come right here. And then I'll be like a politician and change instantly. Come on, brother. Like I said, hindsight, maybe some of you are already short and you disagree with this entry, which is fine by me. That's independent thinking. So we all agree that this is an interesting short. You just disagree on the exact entry point. So yeah, hindsight will be our judge. But if I get filled here and stopped out, I will feel a lot better than had I gotten filled down here and then maybe you got stopped out where you are. So again, there's always give and takes to everything. But right now, trying to figure out if this wants to. Again, I love the candle. I just poke your head up right here and then come down. Hey, 14 likes away from 300. So if you are enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, please hit that like button. It helps. It does make a difference. Is there something at 2 p.m.? Scary drawdown? 2 p.m. can be a new. I don't think there's anything at 2 p.m., but is there something at 2 p.m. Eastern? Yeah, I can't do this anymore right now. Oh, my goodness. But I have the stop in, so. Okay. So hopefully I get filled and then it just plummets. But if not, I do have my stop in just in case. Am I in? I am in. Oh my goodness, good timing. Probably about to get stopped out. Yeah, this doesn't look as good as it, but we'll let it play out. Come on. Again, the scalpy scalp I could have, but I want to see if this thing does want to get actually rejected. Come on, come on, come on. Hit that first level. All right, I want this to at least be a green trade now. So either keep coming down or it'll basically be break even. Come on, don't break. No. All right, so essentially break even trade on that. Well, I'm not a professional trader, Ali, but yeah, maybe you just got to be careful with those blanket statements. All right, well, I tried, and it still may work out, but per the kind of premise I put on it, it needed to make the move at that time, and it didn't, and it just actually popped straight back up. So kind of a dirty dog move at this point. Moving stop loss to profit is, I mean, it's a good feeling, but that one was kind of scary because I'm still worried right now what happens if it, but in hindsight now, yeah, I played that one basically as perfectly as I could have, in hindsight. All right, who's your leader? Who's the... Okay, you guys are all trolling me. I asked for 300 likes, and you guys stop it at 299. Come on now. Why do you guys got to troll me like that? Who's going to be the rebel that's going to go against the leaders? Come on. There's got to be at least one rebel in here that can get us up over 300. Oh, there we go. Oh, well, look at these. Look at these rebels. Thank you. Thank you. Who's your leader? Who planned that? All right, guys. Let's bring it up to 299 and then just stop it right there. Thank you. Thank you to all you rebels out there. Yeah, he probably is the leader. Let's see. No. It's like, I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't think it's a very good thought, though. Hindsight will be the judge. But I did think, where'd my line go? There it goes. Is that a long right there? Again, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not quite sure if that's actually a good thought. There is a difference between thinking and thinking well. So I'm not quite sure. Where's Jim? He just made a comment. All right, have a good one, Miss Tiny Trader. Am I dented, or does anybody else like that as a long? Give me a 1 if you like that as a long. Give me a 2 if you're like, no. 1 for yes, I like that. 2 for no. And I will not be offended if you disagree with me at all. If you don't like it, like I said, that's totally fine. I think ones maybe have a slight lead, but it's close. It's close. Ooh, 5 minute could be looking really spicy here in a moment. This thing starts to come all the way down. I will say, this was such a dirty move right here, where I got filled, and then it started to come down, and then it just popped right back up. That was so just slimy. But the 10 minute, not so much. I don't know if I've ever heard it. And Nate, I'm not saying you're wrong to do so. I don't know if I've ever come across somebody that uses the 10 minute time frame. Usually people go from the 5 minute up to the 15. But interesting, the 10 minute. Yeah, I see the 5-minute over there, Todd. That's a good eye. Like I said, I don't know. I'm thinking long there, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit this one out. I can't quite tell if that's just. Well, if anybody was like, I guess it depends. Right now, scalpers maybe got enough movement. I guess it depends on how much I need for a scalp. 10-minute is great to trade on. Cool. Yeah, I can't say I've ever done. I don't even know if I've ever even heard of anybody using the 10-minute. Again, to those of you that are on the 10-minute, I'm not trying to create any doubt. Do what works for you. I'm just saying I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Oil is breaking new lows. Yeah, is it? Good. Excellent, Smithers. Excellent. Inverted head and shoulders. My mind has never been good at head and shoulders patterns, let alone inverted head and shoulder patterns. It's weird. My mind, it's just, I've never quite, I think I play the pattern without realizing I'm playing the pattern, but like, I have a hard time visualizing that one. Oil's working on filling the gap. Well, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm all worried. Like, I'm in paranoid mode right now. Like, I swear, because we're starting to purchase, like, over the weekend we made our purchase for our appliances for the new house. But like, I'm like, if oil all of a sudden starts jacking, so I want to get the windows ordered too. But I don't know how oil would affect lumber. Like, I can't see oil prices affecting lumber, but I don't know enough. But like windows, like so much stuff is made from oil. It's crazy. So I'm like, oh great. So good. I'm glad to see oil prices are coming back to reality here. I mean, they still got a ways to go, but man, it's kind of nerve-wracking when I'm trying to start to make my purchases for building materials. Yeah, windows are not cheap. Yeah, trucking costs, stuff like that. Yeah, no hurricane windows are needed. Whoa, hey, okay. Oh man, that's an interesting 5-minute candle. I got wiggle room on the day. I'm gonna try it. I got wiggle room on the day. If it will fill. Wait, come back up and fill me real quick. Okay, thank you. Again, this is mainly based on that 5-minute time frame. Let me bring that over. Look at this candle right now. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness, it's hideous. Will the hideousness continue though? Just because it's hideous now doesn't mean it's going to remain hideous, but the hideousness might have just suckered me in, and it's actually a thing of beauty for the bulls, but we'll see. Because to be fair, I did not wait for the 5-minute candle to stop moving around. So it could completely change itself around, go from the ugly duckling to punching me in the face because it's beautiful for the bulls, but I'm going to at least take a swing at it. Come on, ugly duckling, stay ugly. Get ugly for me. Come on. Again, I'm short. Blue line is my entry. Trying to play the 5-minute. Okay, you're back to being ugly. Now let's turn really, really ugly here. Come on, there's no happy endings in this story. The ugly duckling not only stays ugly, but gets even uglier. That's what I want here. Come on. I don't want a fairy tale ending here. Again, 5-minute is looking not... Oh, okay. Got the nice... Come on. Deliver for me now, 5-minute. The ugly duckling, make it stay ugly and get uglier. Okay. This... like I said, I don't... What am I supposed to do with this 5-minute? Like, this is beautiful. I think I need to add some more if it comes back down. I know what I said earlier, but I never committed to it. I'm doing it. I'm adding. Okay, looking at technically add to a winner because my add point is actually a little bit below where my entry is at. I'm trying to trust the 5 minute here. Again, from a short standpoint, at least for me, that looks really good. But if I got suckered in, then so be it. Also, just kind of noticing this, but we're also down through that trend line right there. So I guess in a sense, this was never my intention, but I guess from another angle, maybe I'm playing like a form of a bear flag breakdown. Again, that was never what I was noticing, but maybe some of you are taking that angle. So come on, bear flag. Hey, legs it. Okay, let's not just do this. We're going to chop around here all of a sudden. Oh, that 5, okay. Okay, oh, almost added. Come on. Okay, added. Come on, keep it coming down now. Come on. Oh, you 5 minute. I think I have to add again if it comes down. That's how much I like the 5 minute here. Again, I have wiggle room on the day, but that 5 minute is just like, what am I have to. Yeah, that 5 minute, I'm going to trust it. It looks great. Okay, Christian Garcia, knock it off. You don't know that this is going to hit 700. Okay, just stop acting like you're some sort of prophet with the crystal ball. Why do people have to be like that? So obnoxious. I do trade with the 5 minute. I'm watching it right over there. Oh my goodness. Are these going to be my bookend trades? Was it my first trade on stream? No, it wasn't my first. Okay, so Christian Garcia is just a total dent. See you later. We'll put him in timeout. Maybe they want to just rethink and come back and not act like such a baboon. Well, 5 minute, just put in a pretty solid green candle. There's still a chance for it, but it's not looking as nearly as good as it was. But like, I will take this setup every time. Like that 5 minute, and it still may work out, but yeah, it's not looking as good. Sorry, I spoke. Yeah, no problem. Now we're all on the same page. Gonna short this here. All right, J-Bo. Hope it works out for the both of us. Obviously, you're already in the green if you got short. Well, you're in the green by a little bit. I got a lot more work for this thing to work out for me, but I'm trying to trust the 5-minute. So annoying. I will try the 30-minute chart tomorrow. Yeah, a lot of people like the 30-minute. All right, I think a new rule for tomorrow. I'm not allowed to add anymore. I have apparently 0 reading on the chart on setups that are. But again, that good reminder that no matter how great a setup looks, and that 5-minute looked great, there are no guarantees. Such a so demoralizing. Crude is falling. Yeah, that's fair observation. In a weird way, now I want oil to go up so that this comes down, because that's probably inversely correlated. So yeah, in a weird way, come on, oil, bounce all of a sudden. Just looking at that 5-minute. You dirty candle. Played me like a fiddle. All right, I'm out. Yeah. Yeah, new rule tomorrow. I want you guys got to help. I'm not allowed to add tomorrow. No more adding. I don't care how good something looks. My vision is apparently off when it comes to adding to positions. This market, this afternoon session, is eating my lunch for like the past 2 weeks. Use code Clay. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm getting to borderline to the point of I don't even feel like live streaming and you know. I'm being very transparent. The business aspect needs to make sense for me to continue to do this, because I'm still green on this account, but it's so irritating. Are you going to bounce off the orange line? Orange line is the previous session close. Again, let me bring over. All right. I don't know. I clearly have no idea what I'm doing right now. You heard me say it. I was still bearish biased. And had I gotten bearish biased, that would have just been a losing trade. And then, imagine the, good grief. And now you're going to come down. Please just go up. Please. Low volume on that move. On what move? On this move? No, I'm not at gasket blowing point yet. This was still, if anything, this would have, yeah, if anything, this would have filled me, so I'd have added more. And now if it comes up, so no, I'm not upset yet in the sense of, oh, that would have worked. No, right now, I would have been filled for my additional ad, and then it would have bounced right back up against me. It doesn't mean it still couldn't potentially work out here, but Iran says they're going to scale up. Okay, Iran just says, they just say stuff. Just roasted your eval. Yeah, this, I don't know. All this is just, like, from all angles. Longs maybe getting excited, and they just, again, and these are, so from 80 down to here, I mean, that's a 50-point pullback. I mean, you get position sizing wrong, and you're toast, even if it comes back up, like you didn't weather this storm. Haven't been trading much Thai. Well, probably a good thing. Yeah, I agree, Kyle. I don't know. I still remember, what was it? Well, I mean, I barely remember because I was a kid. But, like, just from the history of it, you know, Desert Storm, man, Iraq talked tough. And, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, we all know how, yeah. But I mean, I guess, to be fair, what do you expect him to say? Like, we're gonna come at you with squirt guns? Okay, so now we have the 5 minute here. It's just that these are very difficult. What was the range of this candle? 683 down to 630. So yeah, 53-point range candle. All right. A breakout or breakdown on oil. Hopefully this rolls back over. Still just looking at that 5 minute. What a setup that was. And it just did not work out at all. So just irritating when that happens. It really is. Good reminder, though, that you gotta just be careful. I don't care how great a setup is. To go all in, there are no setups that work every time. What did I do? I had 2 trades that really hit me hard today. Both of them I trusted and added and was wrong. So I'm 0 for 2 today on the really like it and then add to it. One, I think both sides. I think one was a long and it didn't work out. And then this most recent one was a short that didn't work out. Don, I'm telling you right now, you are on razor's edge of getting just the ban hammer, okay? I'm pretty sure you'll be back because you've been a troll here before, but you're on razor's edge. That's the thing, Joe. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from because you're still pretty new to the chat. But I mean, the long time viewers, they've seen me add to trades and trust them and have had some really banger trades. But yeah, if banger trades don't work out, they kind of bang against you. How do you turn the volume down? I'm not trying to be a jerk, Carlos, but with your speakers. You're winning every day. No, that's not true. No, I'm not aware. Does anybody know? Can you mute the voice on Trade of 8? The order filled. Christian, should I just ban you? It sounds like you've kind of just accepted the fact that you're just a troll. Is that true, Christian? You're just a troll? At this point, you're just trying to rage bait and try to get me to flip out. Are you at least honest enough to admit that? Kyle, calm down, dude. You have to mute the voice with the web browser. Frosty Ducks, what happens if you're not on the web browser? Dude, Kyle, what are you doing? You don't know? Okay. I do agree. The voice is a little, I don't know. The voice has its time and place. Crazy thing about Christian Garcia, he started normal. Like, he gave us a good quality trade plan. And then he just went in total dent mode. Why do people do that? I don't understand. Why do people start off perfectly normal and then they just... Okay, Don is definitely a troll. Don gone. Actually, open season on Don. He'll be back under a new name. Banhammer for Don. Banhammer, who's got him? Who got him? Oh, Kyle got him. All right. It's kind of an interesting I don't know. For the scalpy scalpers, is there enough wiggle room for a scalp by the break of the previous session close, which is that orange line? Yeah, so you got about, I don't know, 15-ish points potentially for a scalp. Like that in every chat room, it seems. Oh, you've seen him before in other chat rooms, and he behaves that same way? Jet driver? Huh? I don't know what that is. Keeping these calls that, like, they're from local air numbers, but no, just in general. No, the main reason why I was banned is what happened, meaning what happened here? Wait, you lost more money, which tells me this. He was banned, and because he could not run his mouth, he just hopped over to another live stream where he could run his mouth, and then he came back, and then when he could run his mouth again, well, guess what? He began to run his mouth. What happened? So he's clearly not here to actually watch or try to, like, listen. He's just going anywhere where he can run his mouth and then get the person to interact with them. So that is Don Rabin summarized. And that's how I can tell. For him not to know what happened means he left. Why would he leave? Well, because he was never banned. He was never kicked out. He just didn't talk anymore for a while. And I'm going to try a short here. Looking for a rejection off of the overnight high. So I guess at this point, it's kind of already pushed through, so maybe like a fake breakout. So if this red line turns blue, I am short. With the voice, though, it's kind of... I understand why people would want to mute it, but at the same time, there have been situations where I've heard the voice and I'm like, holy crap, wait, what? Because I've forgotten about an order, and then it gets filled, and at least I'm notified. So it's at least alerted me to go check it out. So give and take. The voice, while I fully admit it's annoying when you're aware of the trade, if you're not, it can be helpful. No, I don't do swing trading. Okay, move my entry up right there. Okay, Albert, you totally are that other Albert, aren't you? You 100% are that other Albert. I know you are, so we'll throw you up. Actually, ban button on Albert. He's back under another name. He's behaving exactly like the former Albert. Ban on Albert. Come on, mods. Who's got it? Who got him? Greg got him on this case. Whoa, all right. There's... Look at that breakout. Okay. I honestly would not be shocked at all if all of a sudden this thing is right back here on the short side. Now, I'm not confident enough to put my money where my mouth is, but like this action here has been so tricky. Okay, so does that mean oil is falling again once? Let's see. What's oil doing at this point? Rolling over? Did oil roll over? Not really. Okay. So there's not a total correlation right now. Okay. Well, in my mind, I was thinking, okay, it probably would come down by now. So maybe there is some strength behind here, but I have a zero good read on the market right now, as you guys are witnessing. I'm reflecting on many life choices right now. There's no reading this dumpster fire. Yeah, you're probably right. And I'm sitting here trying to read the dumpster fire. Now I got, we didn't start the fire. It's always been burning since the world's been turning. James Dean, na-na-na. Russians in Afghanistan. Dun 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 dun. Ayatollah Iran. Dun 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 dun. I don't know, what year did it come out? All right, well, I am at my wit's end, and this has been one where, again, I will say this, I don't know. Like, this has been very brutal the past couple weeks. So, in a very business sense standpoint, it needs to make sense for me to be here. And I really can't beat around the bush. So, if you do enjoy the live stream, if you want me to kind of continue to plow forward, show up, code Clay with all caps, any of these prop firms, because this is totally viewer supported. If I had sponsorships and stuff like that, then that's probably, that is a different situation. Like, okay, well, I have sponsorships, so, but that's not the case here. So, in a brutally business standpoint, code Clay, all caps, if you want to help support the stream, ensure that it continues. Because right now, and if you've been here over the past couple weeks, it hasn't been a train wreck, but I don't know. It's just, I am struggling with these afternoon sessions. So code Clay, all caps, when these prop firms I recommend Take Profit Trader. And on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure, I hope, at 11 a.m. Eastern. So yeah, if you want to support the stream, hit the like button, code Clay, all caps, on your way out. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're not yet a subscriber, subscribe, turn on notifications so that you can be made aware of when I do go live. I mean, come on, we can't even get, there we go, 350. At least we hit 350 likes. So that's an encouragement, but man, and I'm not trying to seek out pity. I'm just, from one trader to another, it's just been frustrating for me. So yeah, that's all I have. Sorry to be a buzzkill. I don't mean to be. But hopefully you guys did better than I did, had a better afternoon session than I did. But yeah, I trusted things I should not have trusted, and I suffered for it. So, oh well, everybody, take care. Appreciate it. Code Clay, all caps. See you back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Have a good rest.